Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the best horrific Lubri Hotel, an 18 plus streamed game of ruin and restoration by Greg Gately. Thank you, D8, for letting me run a game that is very near and dear to my heart. So we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll meet everyone, and we'll get started. So first and foremost, ruin and restoration is an apocalyptic all-healer dark fantasy RPG. So I'd like to talk content warnings because this is an 18 plus game, so there will be certain things that you're going to expect to see in this kind of game. We'll expect to see some horror themes, some light allusions to sexual themes, as well as some themes of alcohol use, drug use, gambling, etc. If anything like this in this vein is upsetting to you, feel free to stay away or dip your toes in where you're comfortable. That's just be good to yourself. It's very, very important. Next, we are doing this the whole reason we're here is for the D8 Dungeon Drive, which is a wonderful and beautiful and fantastic charity drive organized by the wonderful producers over at D8 Dungeon. We are trying to make money, trying to collect money for Trans Lifeline. They are an absolutely wonderful organization that helps trans people kind of it helps trans people by outreach and by other such means. There'll be details of it in the chat. Our lovely Moobot is going to remind you. And yeah, we're just trying our best to get money for such a great cause. We also have some stretch goals that I think are pretty wonderful and pretty great and pretty cool and interesting and funny. You can see them when I've already seen no in the chat to that. So yeah, they're great, they're wonderful. Please donate, please help. You can also affect the game, actually. If you do go to make a donation, you can see little rewards that you can redeem to maybe help or hinder, please hinder our lovely honored guests. We also have a couple of friends of the channel that I just want to mention really quickly. The Rook and the Raven are a wonderful group that make like journals and like notebooks and beautiful campaign planners that are all custom. They're wonderful. They're really cool company. They're a good friend of the channel. They have been for a little while, so you can check those out. We also Dakota Irish are also a good friend of the channel. I have some Dakota Irish dice. They're beautiful. They make wonderful dice, role-playing game memorabilia or paraphernalia, shirts, or boxes, all that kind of cool, good stuff. Yeah, that's everything housekeeping wise, except one thing. We need to meet our honored guests. Say hello, honored guests.
Hi, honored guests.
I was hoping you do the thing.
We're all shy.
Yes. So firstly, who we start us off? Grim, will you tell us about yourself?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Grim. I'm a DM, I'm a performer, I'm a teacher, and tonight I'm playing Penny Defraud, who's the group's troubadour. So I'm going to be announcing and explaining exactly why everyone is so very fantastic.
Lovely, excellent. That's wonderful. Excellent. Loira, tell us about yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Loira, she, they. I write TTRPG reviews over on the Cozy Cauldron, and you can find me on most social media as Miss Winford. It's Miss_Winford, except for Blue Sky, where I'm that, but without the underscore, because they wouldn't let me have it. And I'm playing Amelia Graves, who is our necromancer. Little pastel goth death friends.
Stunning. Leo?
Yeah, hi, I'm Leo. I'm an artist and I do a lot of TTRPG character art for people. I'm going to be playing St. Lucian, who is the group's Scourger. They're here to bring just a little light indoctrination, but it should be fine.
Just peppered in some
just a little bit.
Just a touch.
Just a touch.
And lastly, Haley.
Yes,
Hey, howdy, hi. I am Haley. I am a cast member of Another Bad Side Quest. You can find me at Haley Ann on most things, but I am here today to play Sir Casimir Forgale, this party's knight. A little lost and might be lightly indoctrinated already by our Scorcher friend here. But I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's stunning. And then I'm Dahi. I use they, them pronouns. I'm master this evening. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, everybody. We begin on the outskirts of Lubri City, Ruin's epicenter of depravity and hedonism. If there's a vice to be had, you'll find a way to sate it here. Slake your thirst for sex, drugs, and rock and roll all in one place. You, our honored guests, have made your way to the city at the behest of a mysterious but wealthy benefactor, a one Philip Anthropist. Not much is known about Phil, other than these two things. He commissions up-and-coming wayfarers to haul valuable goods from one place to another. He is also known for being filthy rich, and so has paid for you all to stay for a spell, which is a period of about 10 sleeps, at the Grand Lubri Hotel, as you await a meeting with him. You move your way through the ever-wet and dim streets of Lubri City and toward the Slick District, where you were told your luxury accommodation awaits you. As you trek through, I need our first roll of the evening, please. Will somebody make me a traverse roll? The domain here is Haven. This is just to make sure you get there quickly and without any harm. So we're going to kick things off with a little roll for flavor and fun.
And I haven't picked up the traverse skill yet, guys.
No. But I got the Haven domain.
I am wearing boots. I have the Haven domain, and I have a pair of really nice, sturdy boots that apparently help me with the traverse
So they
skill.
will give you a bigger sized dice to like roll against the resistance of the situation. But literally anybody can give me the traverse skill. Because you've kind of been told where you're going, I'm going to give whoever rolls mastery on this, because this is just for fun. This is just for flavor.
Who's feeling lucky?
Who's feeling lucky?
I got
let's
this.
go. Let's
I
go,
absolutely
Haley.
got this.
Come on, Sir
Here we go.
Lead your friends to
So-
victory.
Lead up.
Totally not because I don't know what I'm doing, but for the audience's sake, how do I make
Perfect.
this roll?
Yes, totally, because you know everything about these rolls. So, because you have,
Of course.
because you're being asked to roll, being asked to roll skill plus domain. The skill is traverse. The domains are Haven. You may roll one dice to begin with. You add that to your D10 pool because you've been asked to make a skill roll. Add another because you have the domain, and add another because I've given you mastery on this.
Beautiful.
And remember, folks, you can donate to give
then how
mastery to
does-
people if you want, and all that kind of good stuff. So, what?
What a
What
great
did you
start, guys. That was a 10.
You rolled a 10.
Beautiful.
So what were your rolls? Oh, well,
I
that's,
did.
That's honestly wonderful. So a 10 is a critical success. Do any of our wonderful party members here have any stress to resistances currently from our little session 0?
Yes.
Yeah, I lost a little bit of money, so I was down 3 stress on my goods.
Perfect. So tell me, Sir Casimir, how do you wade your way through this town of depravity? How do you get yourself there the right way without any fault?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with those sturdy pair of boots, it's just a lot of watching my feet and knowing exactly where I'm going. I don't let myself get distracted.
Perfect.
It is heading onwards.
Excellent. So I would like, I'm just going to pick a character because you have no stress because we didn't do a session 0. You didn't get any damage from the session 0, Casimir. Grim, roll me a d6 and heal that off of a resistance that you have stress to, or penny rather.
Fantastic. Oh, brilliant. I got a 5, so I've obviously picked up a couple of quid in the way. I don't know, picked a pocket or two on the road.
Excellent. Absolutely. That is exactly what happens. So we have Grim or rather Penny, as you're all making your way, you have your glorious knight ahead of you, kind of shining the way through these streets. All the while, our Scourger is thinking, good, they'll make a good addition to the group. While our lovely Penny is just snatch, just picking a little pocket or two, making sure that they refill, or he refills his coffers a little bit from the journey here. Perfect. On your way, you see everything Lubri City has to offer. Casinos, brothels, bars, more bars, drug dens, and dealings both overt and secret. Tashka, the goddess of vice, is consistently worshipped here through carnal pleasures. And you see all of that up close and personal. Maybe too close so you can keep your distance a little bit. You all take note of some of the places you might want to visit or avoid after you get checked in. Because for now, you're exhausted. You're sick of moving. The Slick District is now ahead of you, with bright magic lamps and more places of worship for the goddess of perversity. Among them, you see a tall pinkish building with beautiful golden lettering that reads, "The Grand Lubri Hotel." You make your way in, are greeted by the undead doorman, and are met at the end of a long foyer at a beautiful mahogany desk by a tall blonde woman in a pink pinstripe suit. The foyer is filled with magic lamps, beautiful marble floors, and ostentatious decor. Nothing like the places you all are used to. You see two elevators behind the desk, operated by cogs that whir with magic energy. The lady in the suit smiles an unnatural smile and greets you. "Welcome, honored guests, to the Grand Lubri Hotel. We have been expecting you. Please come along and I'll get you checked in personally. My name is Mrs. Mose, and this is my assistant, Mr. B. And I'm proprietor and manager of this fine establishment." She checks you all in, and she gives you your room keys. And as soon as she does, there's a bellhop beside you, helping you with your weapons and goods and all of your bits and pieces. And she says, "Honored guests, please make your way to the 19th floor and get settled in." And the way she says honored, it feels like something else unnatural is there. It almost feels like there's a second voice in that word. You're not sure what it means, what it is, whether it's concerning or not. If you wish, you may make a risky study haven roll to figure out what it is. If you do not wish to make this roll, you don't need to make it. But this is kind of the vibe. You know something's wrong and you can probe it deeper, but because I'm offering a roll, there might be consequences for failing.
Could I pop my enchanting performer ability to give myself the study skill instead of the sneak skill at the moment?
Absolutely, you can.
That'd be great. In that case, I'll make that risky study. I've got the
Perfect.
domain, I've got the skill, I've got one dice to start with. So 4.
Oh, that's wonderful. Perfect. So we have 4 dice then, right?
1 to start with, domain, skill.
Yep.
Sorry.
So we get to 4 at the end
Yeah,
there.
we do.
So you have 4 dice to roll with. Now remember, because
Drop
this is
the
risky, we are taking away the top.
All right, 2 10s. Here we go, guys.
Let's go.
Sorry, drop the die. Wait. I got 2 2s. I got an 8 and a 9. So if I drop the 9, that 8's gonna pass, isn't it?
You still get the
Thank
8.
goodness.
Congratulations. You do hear a little something in
Ooh.
that. You're not sure what the word is, but it almost doesn't feel like a language you understand. At the same time, Penny, you don't like it. It feels scary. It feels a little ominous. It feels weird. But it's kind of a case of, I need to keep an eye on this, but we're not in immediate danger around this woman. But she's a little spooky, is the vibe you're getting.
Anyone notice weird acoustics in this building?
She kind of smiles and looks at you and just says, "This building was crafted out of the finest materials by the finest magic technology around. Of course, the acoustics are wonderful. Anyway, I'll stop you there. Kira," and she snaps her fingers, and a short, thin woman with brown hair, gathered in a ponytail and a simple brown suit, appears as if out of thin air and says, Honored guest, I'm your personal concierge, Kira. Oh, what's her name? It's a pleasure to serve you. Uh, I shall have an itinerary for your stay in the morning. Please follow me. And she gestures you to follow. Kira brings you to the elevators. You see that she's given a key by Mrs. Mose, which she uses to open the elevators. She presses the button 19, and you head to your floor on the 19th floor. Strange, this building didn't look like it had more than 10 on the outside. You find your 4 rooms, rooms 19.2 through 19.5. Amelia, you enter your room first, and a dark and mysterious laboratory, fit for the most industrious necromancer. Please add a D8 death resource called Research Bones. This, it looks like you could stay here and research forever. It's just filled with tomes and accoutrements of death and decay. Penny, you enter your room and are met by the most ostentatious room you've seen in your life. A billowing boudoir, curtains and plush cushions line the room.
I like it.
Oh my god. Sorry, something happened. We got a donation for something way quicker than I thought we'd get that donation. So
Concerning.
I'm going to finish this prologue, and we are going to get into something really, really spooky and crazy to start us off. My goodness, I
Oh,
did not
no.
expect that to happen so quickly.
Oh boy.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be waiting for the
Word.
right moment to invoke this, but
Here.
Jesus. So just before I continue with Penny's room, one of the donation rewards is called Ashling Cometh. That will make a lot more sense when it makes sense, but be warned, Ashling cometh. Penny, you enter your plush boudoir. The rooms are just lined with these beautiful curtains and cushions, and oh, in the corner is that looks just like Miss LaRue's vanity. And you receive a D8 Haven resource, Decadent Hand Mirror. St. Lucien, you enter your room and find a nearly blank room. The walls are beige, grey, and there's an altar with a wooden board to kneel before and a simple hardwood bed. This is a place of worship. Please add a D8 faith resource called Prayer Beads of Light. Finally, Sir Casimir Forgale, you enter this room, and this is actually quite similar to our Scourger's room. It's quite similar. It feels kind of blank. It feels kind of functional, militaristic. It's very, very functional. You will receive a D8 Martial resource, just called Gilded Helmet. Would you all do anything for the night? Do you do some research? Do a little praying?
You saw lads dealing drugs outside. Once I'm settled, can I go pick up something just to ease in? You know, the sofa looks really comfy.
Yeah.
If I had a little something to chill out, that'd be.
You try to leave the room, and in front of the room you have Kira, oh what's her name, outside the room, and she just says, "Please, I would ask you to rest for the night. Do you need anything?"
Sorry, darling. Are we allowed to leave the hotel?
Currently, we would ask you to just rest. You look weary. And she clicks her fingers, and a hookah appears in the corner of the room for you with beautiful plush cushions around it.
Oh. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Please get your rest.
Back in.
And the door
No
slams
point going
closed.
anywhere.
Does anybody do anything else for the night, or do you rest your weary bones?
Well, I mean, this place is just steeped in quite a lot of corruption and unpleasant things. So, Lucian certainly is going to take some time for prayer and just reflection on how much work needs to be done.
Of course. And I just realized who made that donation, and I'm going to kill you the next time we have a stream together. Declan, beware. No, I'm kidding. Yes, of course, you can absolutely pray, and these prayer beads that you have absolutely help. You have the faith resource you got were a beautiful resource. The prayer beads of light. You get a D8 faith resource. I don't know if I said that to you.
Yep.
And they will help you. You can get through your prayers and everything. If nobody else has anything pressing, you get your rest, and all of your stress and fallouts are removed. You have no stress, no fallout. Everything is good. Your body, you feel energized, you feel good. And you feel a little urge to maybe leave the hotel and maybe see what there is to see. And as you think that, a slip of paper comes through all of your doors with the title Eternal Itinerary. And there's just a few rooms listed in this eternal itinerary. There's Barnaby's Bingo Hall, the Swan Restaurant, Showtime O'Malley's Game Room, and a few others.
So are we out in the corridor now, or in our own room?
You were given the itinerary slipped under your door before you opened the door. Do you all head out to the hallway to meet one another?
Yeah. I'm going to bring the itinerary with me. I'm very curious about this eternal word at the top here.
Yeah, of course you would be.
A little bit.
As you leave the room, however, the hallway you saw last night when you got here had beautiful red plush walls, beautiful red plush carpets, red plush chaiselongs, and mahogany end tables, gorgeous things with golden accents. This isn't the same hallway. It's blue, deep blue, with silver accents. Your doors no longer say 19.2, 19.3, etc. They say E19.2, E19.3 to 5. You're not in the same hallway. Outside, you see a woman reclining on the chaiselong, a woman older than time itself. This woman is ancient. She looks incredibly old. Actually, she looks so old, she's actually dead. She looks like she has died of old age about 500 years ago and is still kicking. So she looks at you and she kind of sees you resting her hands and they're shaking with old age. And she says, "Look at ye lovely little young ones coming in to see me now here. Oh, Jesus, Mothball loves to see. Oh, I love having new guests come here and spend the rest of time with me. How are ye?"
Guys, there's something funny about this hotel.
I was quite pleased about this blue color scheme, but this is okay. Wonderful to meet you. I have some concerns about the eternal part of this stay.
Yeah. What you do? Yeah. Go on.
I believe she's asking for elaboration.
Oh, well, people who stay here, like, usually you don't leave. Like, it's too nice. Why would you ever want to leave?
That sounds
other
reasonable.
things to do.
Sure, what would you be doing outside here? You have whatever you want, you know.
I personally have a lost love I need to return to, and
Oh,
wouldn't be staying here without her.
Yeah, Joe, that breaks my old heart a little bit now, I have to say. But well, look, you might as well enjoy eternity when you can. I'd recommend bingo first. That's where I'm going. And she kind of gets up off the thing and she starts to like shakingly waddle towards the end of the hallway. You see her leave, and the door closes behind her. And as she does, the walls start to flow a little bit in here. They start to drip a little bit. It's almost like a film of water is coming down the walls. and it pools at your feet and begins to rise. What do you do?
Is the door still there?
The door is still there. It's quite a little way from where you're standing.
If this room's filled with water, I want to be at the door. Thanks very much.
Absolutely. You can make me a traverse haven roll, please, if you want to try and traverse through this, as the water is now gaining quickly. It is up to your knees, and it's beginning to be difficult to wade through this as a current pushes against you.
I'll if it's okay, we're a different scene. I'll use enchanting performer to swap out sneak for traverse again.
Absolutely, go for it. You all notice. I will say you could also, if some of our honored guests would like to try and craft something to maybe sail your way through this water that seems to be flooding, you absolutely may attempt to do something like that. We'll go to Penny's roll first. What did you get?
1, 2, 7.
1, 2, and 7. That is going to be a success at a cost. So, as you do get about, I want you to roll me a D. You have that map, don't you?
I do have a map for D6 against traverse.
Yes. Please roll me a D6, please.
1.
To inflict stress on the trek.
Yeah, just a 1, I'm afraid.
Just a 1. That's okay. You kind of get halfway across the hallway, and you're kind of wading full. This water doesn't feel normal. It feels weird. I want you to take D4 soul stress for me, please. Roll me a D4.
2.
2. You will take 2 soul stress. How much soul stress do you have currently?
I had 0, so.
And now you have 2, yeah? Perfect. 7, you're good. Hello in chat to new people. Yeah, you're good, you're fine. Does anybody want to try and craft something to get out of here, as the water is starting to rush now, and it feels like it's draining you. It's making you more like lethargic. Perfect. We got a little donation, so the next person's role is going to be with mastery.
Oh gosh.
Somebody gave me a donation to kind of dealer's choice, see how I see fit.
I would like to try and craft something.
Of course.
So that even if the water rises above our heads, we'll still be able to breathe.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Make me a craft with the domains Haven and now Alien.
Okay. Well, I have Haven.
Perfect. And you have craft, correct?
Yeah, I have craft.
So you can roll 2 additional D10s because of that, the D10 for the roll, and you've been given mastery by a lovely donor. Thank you, donor.
Thank you, donor. I didn't have my D10s ready, so let me just...
That's okay. It's a good thing they're the main dice. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking with you.
For some reason, I was like, yeah, D6. That's what I need. And I've played this before.
Our lovely player is looking for their D10s, we have a great chance to win some stuff in the chat if you put all the prompts are in chat there, but there's some wonderful prizes. Go check those out. They're so stunning. Enter.
One of them's a 10, so there's that going for me.
Excellent. That is a critical success. Please roll me a D6 to inflict stress upon the trek.
I'm gonna go with you. It's a 1.
Oh my god. Well, luckily
that dice is exiled.
This isn't. Luckily, this hallway in particular isn't too difficult because it's your first hallway. You suffer no stress, and you see Amelia begin to just pull like sinew and bone out of the earth, or out of the walls of this hallway. Why are they there? That's so weird. And craft you guys rebreather apparatuses. You will be able to get your way to the end of the hallway, but I am going to need one more little skill roll to get us to the end of this. The water has like pretty much filled the rest of the hallway. You can breathe, but this water isn't normal. It is draining you. So anybody got some creative ideas on a roll that you want to try and get through? How are we feeling? We could even maybe think of get creative with your skills. If you wanted to do a heal roll to maybe make sure that you don't take damage or something, or you can prevent this draining essence of the water. If you wanted to make another traverse roll to try and like book it, or think of your skills as unconventional, and then ask me, because the worst thing I can say is like, the worst thing I can say is that'll be difficult.
There you go. Could I, water is higher up, and in service to my companion, kind of wrap an arm around them and use my defend skill to sort of like take the brunt of having to traverse?
Absolutely, you can, 100%. So you have now your knight in front of you, mostly in front of Lucien, but we'll talk about that later. Kind of bears their shield and their armored self against this current of soul destroying energy. Make me a defend roll with the domains Haven and Alien.
Interesting. Okay, so then I get 3 dice. Ooh, one of those is a 9. The other 2 were a 1 and a 2.
Perfect. Yeah, a 9 absolutely does it. So roll me a d. Oh, you have. Oh yeah, it's just defend. Roll me a d4.
Okay.
Excellent. That is what you needed. This was not a difficult place to get out of. So you, with your shield in front of you, you manage to just push through this water, and the energy just kind of dissipates around you. You get to the edge of the hall. You open the door. Or do you open the door, firstly? You open 100%. The door, and as if the water was never there, you all spill into this room, and the door shuts behind you. In front of you, you hear clicking and clacking of wooden objects against one another. You hear the spinning of mechanics, and you hear crowds of people shouting at each other and getting irate and angry. And as soon as you come in, a lady just kind of skips up to the door and she's like, hi, guys, welcome to bingo. Love having new guests. You look fab. Okay, here's your bingo cards, here's your bingo cards, here's your bingo cards, here's your bingo cards, here's your bingo cards. You all get a bingo ticket. I would like, this is a little mini game I've concocted so that I can roll dice, because I don't really roll dice during this game that much. Would you all write 5 different numbers between 1 and 20 for me, please, on a sheet of paper? And as you're doing so, I'm going to usher you to your seats in character. Yeah, just sit down. Come on, look at you. Oh, you're great. Look at the little outfits on you all. You look wonderful, lovely, beautiful, lovely. Sit down. And in front of you see a man on a dais just in front of you who doesn't have a head. Instead, it is like a metal sphere with like a metal gridded sphere filled with wooden balls, and he is just cranking and spinning that. He is the bingo machine. He is just this man who is a bingo machine, and you hear a voice call from him, everyone come around, sit down for Barnaby's bingo. Get your tickets, get your wish tickets ready. If you get a bingo, you get a wish. And he's just going to keep spinning. And as you sit down, I'm going to give you the opportunity here to maybe think about your skill rolls you might try and do in this. You could maybe sneak to cheat. You could maybe, you could try and cheat. You could maybe be honest and point out somebody around you who's cheating. But you do also notice that as Barnaby spins his head, the people around you are getting nervous and antsy and a little bit excited.
Can I ask a question, DM?
Yes, you
Are
may.
our clothes still wet?
Nope, you're fully dry.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
So the numbers we have rolled. So Barnaby tips his head forward, and at any time you may stop me to propose a cheat or a tactic or something you would like to try and do. Remember, trying to do so may have consequences because it will require a roll. The numbers we have got are 12. He tips his head forward and 5 balls roll out of a little slot, and he lifts up and he just says, 1 and 2, number 12. 4, we have number 4. Oh, is that legs 11? Legs 11. 1 and 4, 14. And 9 on its own, number 9.
Could I do a little cheat?
Absolutely, you may. What would you like to do, my darling?
Well, I got numbers that actually, I got a 9, a 14, a 13. I reckon I could probably do the old trick where you change a D to an A.
Yeah, give it a go.
I have sneak, and I have the ability, because I've got nimble fingers being a performer, I can get mastery on things that require a little bit of dexterity.
Ooh,
What?
Sneaky. So we are in a new domain. New domains. We have the domains. The domain is just alien right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And you kind of wonder, like, the domain is alien because everybody here feels a bit weird. Everything is giving you weird energy. If you look at people here, they look like they're not from your universe, but are they? Like, there's people who look like they could have come from anywhere, like, and everywhere, like an assortment of characters and faces and forms and looks. Very strange place. And Barnaby, of course, strange in and of himself. You may absolutely attempt that roll. You have, I think, 3d6 to roll with because you have the skill, you have mastery, and you're being asked.
3d10s?
They could even be from Cork, Demon Ralph. They could even be from Cork.
I got an 8, 5, and a 3.
An 8, a 5, and a 3, that's a success. So you successfully change your other 2 numbers or 3 numbers to fit. Do you yell bingo?
Yeah. Bingo!
As soon as you yell bingo, every head snaps and turns to look at you. And Barnaby just says, "A bingo already? What will we do with you? Make your way up, young patron. Young guest, get yourself up here and claim your wish ticket." And as you see your ticket kind of flashes and changes color from this little blue ticket to a gold, you may go to Barnaby and make a wish.
Oh, wow. I can make a wish like right now.
Yeah, you can make a wish.
I wish to have this wish that I can cash in.
Sorry, say that again. There's a bit of
I
interference
wish to
in the
cash
sound.
this wish in later. Is that allowed?
Barnaby just kind of looks at you and like his hand just kind of like is resting in this like teetering motion, and he just kind of looks directly at you and he just says, "That wish is a little unfortunate. You may only wish in this domain."
Okay, Barnaby. And can I say, you're looking fabulous today. Very shiny. Okay. I wish for a safe stay, a short safe stay here for me and my friends.
He just kind of like begins to shake a little bit, and he just spins and spins and spins and spins and spins his big thing. And he just, you hear this booming different voice where his voice was jovial and happy before. He just says, "You do not believe this establishment safe? You spit in the face of our hospitality," and everybody just goes berserk. There is crowds just jostling everyone. Penny, I need you to make me a defend skill roll to avoid being trampled.
Oh,
by
I
these
ain't
people.
got that
You have
skill.
incited pandemonium.
No.
If somebody else has the defend skill, they may assist, but remember, if you fail, you will both incur stress.
I actually do have the Shield of the Strong ability. So in that case, if stress and I'm nearby, I can just kind of put myself in front of it.
Sure, absolutely. So we'll get you to make that defend skill roll, Penny. And
I very much don't deserve that.
But you tried to do something good for the party.
Okay, 1 dice. Here we go.
1. Oh God. Oh,
Got a 7.
A 7.
Ah.
That is going to be a success at a cost. So this cost is not going to be paid by Grim or by Penny, as Penny ducks out of the way of a stampeding elephant man that just for some reason is here. As I said, these people are not of this universe. The patrons here are weird and wild and different and strange. We have our knight, Sir Casimir, dive through the crowd and kind of duck and push Penny slightly out of the way and get trampled themselves. Penny, would you please roll me a d4 to inflict stress upon the situation? And Sir Casimir, please roll me a 1d4 body stress.
Cool.
Rolled a 4.
Ooh, only 1.
Okay, do either of you have any protections on those?
No.
No. So what is your current total stress? What is your current total? What did you roll again, Penny? Sorry.
4.
4. Oh, a 4. Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Our lovely Sir Casimir, what is your total stress in that resistance?
1.
Perfect. I rolled a 5. You're safe for now. So as you all jostle and push around, what do you guys try and do to get yourselves out of here? There's a door on the far end, and Barnaby has like raised into the air and is now like sparking at his neck and is just like twisting his hand faster and faster and faster. And people are getting more and more aggressive and pushing and shoving into you. I will say, if nobody comes up with a suggestion, I will be prompting people to make defend rolls, so think fast.
I'd like to
I do.
still apologize.
I'm
Yeah,
talk to people.
I do have defend also, so
Perfect.
I would like to try and kind of politely, but also with like this like shield of light, kind of barge a way through to
Yeah,
try and make a
absolutely.
path so the rest of us can abscond from here.
That is wonderful. Amelia, did you say you were doing something too?
Yes, using converse to, politely ask people to get the hell out of our way.
Okay. Trying to talk to
Very
these people
nicely.
is going to be difficult, so that role would actually be a little risky. Unless you want to be a little bit more aggressive about it and shout at people.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Okay,
she can
so-
shout softly.
Sure. I still think trying to reason with people in any capacity is going to be difficult. Or not difficult, it's going to be a risky role. So this would be a risky role for you, however, it would require converse. The domains that are alien and now wild. And yeah, you may make that roll, but it is a little risky, so you will take away the highest result. Lucian, please make me an alien and wild defend roll, please. We'll start with Lucian.
And I'm just going to pick up our
That
barge
is in-
and carry him away.
You can pick up Penny, absolutely, after your defend roll. That could be part of your taking the damage after you get punched by this elephant man. So, Saint Lucian, Saint Lucian, what did you get?
An 8, 3, and a 1.
Perfect. You succeed. You create this barrier of light around a few of you that just kind of bars entry and starts to knock people back. Please roll me a d4 to inflict stress upon the situation.
What is that? Oh, 4.
Oh my god, excellent. You guys are tanking through this one. And now our lovely necromancer Amelia, what did you roll?
Amelia needs to stop talking to people, is what Amelia needs to do. Because she rolled her highest is a 2.
Oh!
Wait. How many dice did you roll?
It was the 1 base, and then 1 for converse, and 1 for wild.
Okay, and so...
2, a 1, and a 1.
Oh, so it was risky, so we're taking away that too, so that is going to be a
Sure
crit
are.
fail.
It sure is.
That is going to be a crit fail, oh my god. I need you to
This
take
tracks.
1d6 body stress for me, please.
Yeah, sure.
As you see Amelia be like, very quietly being like, get the fuck out of the way, please. Get the fuck out of the way.
No.
And as soon as you say that, how much stress did you take?
Only 1.
Okay, not bad. I rolled a 5. You're safe for now. And this like anime-haired looking muscled man just kind of barges past you and elbows you into the nose as you go past and stops you from talking.
Rude.
Do we do anything else? The crowd is beginning to kind of flow against you now. You have a little bit of assistance from Saint Lucian's shield now, Amelia, as you kind of huddle yourself next to them. Is there anything else you guys would like to try and do, or do you want to try and stay pushing with Lucian across the border? Because you're very close to getting out of here now.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Let's just keep pushing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want somebody to make me a defend or traverse roll here, please. And we are still in the same situation as the last hallway, so any per situation abilities will not be usable until we leave this area. The situations are going to be hallway plus room. They're going to be like the situations, and I'll tell you when we're in a new one every time. Do we want somebody to make a defend roll for me? We could have, if you would like, Lucian and Casimir, you can make a joint roll where one of you will roll but get an extra dice from the other because you both have the skill and you can assist each other. However, this will, if you fail, both of you will take stress. That is just the only problem there. But it is a standard roll. It's pretty standard for you to be able to do this because you've set up shield and shield, you know.
Can I pop off background noise to give them mastery?
Is that once per session or once per situation?
Once per situation.
Once per situation? Absolutely, you can. Yeah. You can start to make background noise. Just be careful you don't get hit because it will stop it. But yeah, you can absolutely pop off background noise. I think you need to make me a roll. I think it is.
do. I owe you a.
It's something plus arcane. I think it might be converse plus arcane. Am I right? Or craft plus arcane?
It is.
I know the rules of this game, kind of.
It is heal plus arcane.
Oh, heal plus arcane. Excellent. Please make me heal plus arcane roll. You do get to roll as if you are in the arcane domain, so you do still get an extra roll for that because this is a spell that requires a domain. So roll me 3 d10s.
5, 5, 2.
Oh, that is so. As you, what's your oration look like? How do you try and back them up?
Oration. I'm standing, clambering onto the knight's shoulder, and just make a big pose and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, make way for the saint and the sir. They're coming through."
As you say that, one of the patrons who is running past you is like a really large like rock man, and his shoulder just clocks you in the face, and you're going to take 1d4 body stress for me, please.
No sweat. 3.
And it knocks the wind out of you, and you kind of stop your oration, and it fails your spell, unfortunately.
No sweat.
What did we roll?
3.
3. Is that your total current body stress? Perfect.
Sure.
I rolled a 7. You are safe. God damn all these high rolls. I'm just going to have to get more stress on you guys. I'm just going to have to hurt you more. So as you get your way, our knight or our scourger, would you like to make a defend roll to try and get yourselves out of here?
Yeah, I can.
Whoever has,
I will help the
I
saint.
would recommend whoever has a relevant domain do it, because you both have the skill and assistance. Whoever has a relevant domain will get more dice to do it, basically.
Gotcha. I only have Haven and Marshall, so I don't think I help here.
So I can do that.
Perfect. So we'll go with St. Lucian. Make me a defend roll. You have the skill defend, you have the thing, and you have oh, you don't have mastery, so it's 3 dice. 3 dice.
Cool.
Oh no, another one because you're being assisted. I'm stupid. I know the rules.
One of those is already good, but I will roll another. Okay, so that's 7, 10, 1, and 7.
Amazing. That's a 10. So roll me a d6 to inflict stress upon the situation.
6.
Oh my goodness, you have to be so mad. So I'm so sorry, I have to take off that blazer. Mrs. Bowes is currently not here right now, so I don't need to dress like her. So as you guys watch your knight and your scourger, describe to me what this looks like a little bit, Lucian and Sir Casimir. We'll start with Lucian. What does it look like you're doing here with this shield of light you have projected?
And I would say, given that we've had our necromancer and our troubadour now kind of knocked asunder a little bit, knocked around, Lucian's going to kind of step in front of Sir Casimir, and kind of like their whole body seems to be glowing a little bit now, and like it kind of enhances the shield of Sir Casimir as well a little bit. But yeah, there's just kind of like this almost like a bubble around them now as they move through, and they're just acting very calm about barging through this crowd.
The people don't really seem to bounce into this shield as much as they seem to actively avoid it. It becomes like this beacon of light, and people are looking at it as they're running past you. Sir Casimir, how are you feeling in here?
Yeah.
We have some noise in the background. I think somebody's mowing the lawn. Oh. That's okay.
Oh.
It happens.
What's it called? I think Sir Casimir looks very unassuming in general, but a very large stature, and will kind of stand behind Lucian and just kind of scary dog privilege just from behind. So anyone who would even dare try to touch this bud light will get stared down until they decide otherwise.
This is also kind of reaffirming your kind of appreciation of Saint Lucian and their beliefs, etc. Yes, you break your way out. You get to the end of the hallway, and as you go to open the door, the room is now empty. Nobody else is here, and the door opens itself to you to a new hallway. So, since Saint Lucian was our person to roll for the last successive here. I'm going to ask you to please roll me a d8, Lucian.
Okay, will do.
If you get a 3, please re-roll.
It was a 5.
Perfect. This hallway is brown and green and just kind of, it's brown. It's like brown furniture and plush cushions and carpets and stuff with lovely green accents on everything and little kind of gold flecks and stuff as well. Yeah, the domains here are Haven and Alien. You are now in a new situation, and in front of you pops Kira. Kira, oh, what's her name? And she just says, Hello, eternal guests. It's lovely to see you." And her face kind of cracks a little bit, and like there's not a smile painted on anymore. It's like a deep, like sorrowful look. And she just says, please get out of here. You can't stay here any longer. They'll do what they did to you, what they did to me. I don't have much time to talk to you like this. I don't have any autonomy. Kira's not even my bloody name. They just told me that's my name because they couldn't remember it. Oh, what's her name? Whose name is that? Not mine. Just please promise me you'll get out of here. There's a key. I had it, but I had to give it back to the managers. The managers have a key. If you cause enough of a stink in this hotel, they'll have to confront you, and you might be able to take it from them. If you can take that key, you can get out of here. It's too late for me. It's too late for me and a lot of the other people in this room, in this hotel. And I've heard just awful things. And Aisling is working today. You don't want to meet Aisling. She's the head of, and suddenly you feel a snap in the air. You feel like a crack, almost like a whip crack, a metaphysical whip crack. And it's like that feeling of vertigo when you're asleep and you kind of jolt awake, except you are awake and nothing changes except Kira's face is back into that beautiful smile again. And she just kind of says, "But again, why would you ever want to leave?" And she vanishes from your sight. Will you all please add a major beat? Get out of Lubri Hotel.
Valid.
That was the
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If there was any doubt, it's gone.
In this,
Yeah, no, we gotta.
in this hallway, you see 2 women with a cart, full of cleaning supplies. That's all. That's the only people in this hallway.
And what are the doors numbered in this hallway?
The doors are numbered in a language you don't comprehend, in symbols you don't understand.
Fine.
Great.
They seem to have a
So
natural
bad.
progression though. Like they do progress, but you don't understand them.
Both super well.
Yeah.
The cleaning ladies, do they have the glassy smiley face as well, or
Yeah.
are they
Yeah.
uneven?
They're kind of glassy too. They're more so of like it's not so much like a toothy smile. It's like a content little, kind of like that white people smile where like
Customer service.
yeah, it's that white people smile where 2 white people walk past each other and go, it's that one, but it's kind of permanent. Like
What does it be like? Wave a hand in front of their faces. Are they like automaton-ish,
they
or
kind of
are
look
they?
at you and they're just like, "Hello, do you have any housekeeping needs?"
Yes,
She does.
I would
They do.
love to converse with them.
Of course. Would you like to ask?
I would like to see if I'd be able to use converse to see if I can like break through
Mm-hmm.
The automaton thing going on here.
I'm going to say this is going to be our first impossible check of the evening.
Cool.
I will say impossible is not a roll. However, Amelia, please tell me what Amelia says to these people, and we'll role play this impossible check, and I'll tell you what that means.
Oh gosh. Okay. I think given so far anytime Amelia has tried to be nice, that has not worked. She tried it with our little death domain friends last time, and that didn't work until some of them died. So I think this time around, it's going to be a more intense approach. getting very near to them. Like, listen, we are going to bring death to this place. You will, I promise, know it. It will be there for you.
Oh, well.
Whether you want it or not.
Death is very messy, and Aisling doesn't like mess. I don't think you'd want to create a mess.
Oh, I very, very much do.
Oh no, why would you make a mess of the Grand Lubri Hotel, a luxury accommodations in Lubri City, one of the most beautiful in the land?
Because death doesn't care about your beauty.
Death won't come for us here at the Grand Lubri Hotel. We are catered to. You feel these robotic responses, and it almost feels like no matter what you say, you get automated responses. And that's what I mean by it's impossible. It feels like these people's minds don't exist anymore. You don't feel a person behind that. It feels like a robot almost. While they both look like two separate individuals, a man and a woman, or I said two women, they don't respond in a natural way anymore. And as you talk about creating mess, I'm going to invoke Aisling Cometh. The walls begin to stretch and turn. And I'm so glad you picked this hallway with that D8 for Aisling. Because the walls begin to stretch and get further and further. The door at the end gets further and further away. One of these weirdly titled doors swings open, and the two housekeeping ladies just are almost swept in, and they're shut, and the doors almost like harden into the walls. The walls fill with cobwebs, and sludge begins to drip. The floors begin to dirt and decay, and the hallway begins to segment and rotate on itself. In separate segments, the wall begins to turn almost like in Inception or Paprika, if we know the film. They just turn and turn, and the door you came through. Oh, we have a little VIP treatment here. So VIP treatment is we're going to make the next roll easier. I'm so glad somebody invoked that for you because Aisling is no pushover. The door that you came through opens, and in steps a woman with a tight bun pulled back, porcelain white skin. Her face feels like the face of every woman you've ever seen on the street, just all melded together into one bland human being. She wears grey pinafore and a lovely white apron sitting on. Holds a mop that seems to be ever dripping in her hand. And all you hear is, "So you've made a fucking mess." I don't fucking like mess. And Aisling begins to run towards you all. What do you do? You can choose to fight her, you can choose to run, you can choose to do whatever you want. But just know, any actions taken against Aisling are inherently risky. So that's why I was a little shocked that she cometh so soon. Attacks against her and moves to move away from her are risky. Actions involving Aisling are risky. However, our very, very kind donor has given you the VIP treatment. So you do get the first roll made against her will be standard, so it'll be normal. What does everyone want to do? I have to open Aisling's stats, guys.
Is crying an option? Can we cry?
Oh, crying's a free action. That's trivial.
Oh, great. Okay.
Actually, sorry. In the Lubri Hotel, crying is impossible.
Oh, good. What if they're tears of joy?
So wait, she's coming at us with like violent intent, correct?
Absolutely. You are the mess that she is here to clean. Also, our domains have changed. The domain is now alien and death.
I got that.
Oh, it feels like home.
As long as it doesn't burn our easy roll, I do want to pop my background noise before fighting, if that's
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. It's a new situation. I'm gonna say I'm gonna allow you to choose, which is the risky and whatever. Casting the spell would not be inherently risky, so we can't demote that further. So, I'm gonna get you to roll your. I think you roll 3 extra, so you're rolling 4 because you have the death domain. You said correct?
I do have Death
Oh,
Domain.
sorry.
Well,
No.
I wouldn't because I'd be using
Yes,
Arcane
of
for
course.
my
So
domain spell,
it's only 2 extra.
healing, and then my
Of
regular
course.
dice.
Thank you for checking me on the rolls.
3, 2, 4.
Oh Jesus. So as you go to orate, a drip of slime kind of hits you in the face from the roof, and you're like, disgusting, and you kind of get silenced in this moment. What does
Yeah,
everyone
that's
want
right.
to do? I will be prompting defend rolls pretty soon because she's getting close.
I want
I
to
would
use
start-
spirit medium.
What spirit medium?
Spirit medium is at the once per session. I may roll converse in death and commune with a local spirit. On a success, the GM will give you a piece of useful information about your current location, what happened here recently, what is currently happening, or what will happen here soon.
Oh.
Because I don't think it's going to get worse than this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please roll that for me. So I think you have the death domain, so you get to roll that. You have the relevant skill, correct?
Yeah.
So you're rolling 3 dice here.
Perfect.
While this is happening, because I'm assuming this is going to take time,
Mhm.
and Casimir goes, I should buy us some time. I
Sure.
want to meet her somewhere in the middle of the hallway. I want to meet Ashley somewhere in the middle of the hallway
Yes,
so that
please
there's
do.
more of a buffer between
Yeah.
my party and her.
Mhm.
It.
Of course,
Okay.
please do. I want you to make me a defend skill roll, please. And because we've kind of the room around you begins to become kind of thorned now, and like now you kind of have a chance to look. This looks like it looks kind of like a battlefield. The hallway is twisting and moving, and there are bodies of people here. They are skeletons because they've been here so long. There's swords or no swords actually. There's staves and there's no swords here. No swords in this game. There are staves and books and orbs and bows, etc. We are going to add the martial domain to this location.
Ooh.
So it is martial, death, and alien.
Perfect.
So roll me
Well, that's
death,
one of my
martial,
domains.
or defend, martial, and see how you do. It is. We are now going to be using the
Sweet.
VIP treatment here, so you make this as a standard roll. It is not risky against Aisling.
And then the other thing too is as I'm coming up, shield first, but the spiked flail that I have is coming out.
Amazing.
So.
Stunning. Go for it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well one of those was a 1, so that's that. But the top one is a 9.
Nice. That is a success. As you go to buff for Aisling, she comes and swings with her mop, but kind of just before she gets her mop hand up, you hit her in the face with the shield and knock her back a little bit. And she just like spins and flips the mop and holds it out in her hand. And you see this flick of like liquid hit the walls, and the walls begin to kind of melt, and any goo you see on the walls is now like cleaned off, and it looks like the way the room used to look until the sludge kind of comes back over it. I would like you to roll me a d4 to inflict stress because you weren't using the hurt skill, so we won't. Your flail doesn't come into it here. Roll me a d4 to inflict stress on her. 2. Excellent. That hurt. She is not pleased. Anybody else got any ideas?
I would like to.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. I don't mean to cut you off, but did you roll your spell, Amelia?
I did, yes.
What did you get? I forgot that we had another roll going. Apologies.
I rolled an 8, a 10, and a 10.
Oh, hell yeah. So that's going to be a crit. I'm going to say okay, I'm going to allow you to roll a d4 to inflict stress upon this because the information you're going to get is going to be very helpful.
That is a 4.
4. Oh my god. Hell yes. So as you see Amelia kind of channel their power, and this one spirit just kind of like comes up from one of the bodies that you see on the floor and just kind of says, "Don't let her get too close to all of you. She's way more wicked than she seems. She can take a punch. She can take a hit. That mop will burn your body alive. Also, if you can manage to kill her, the managers won't be happy with it. They might be a way to expeditiously meet them, but be warned, she doesn't go down quickly." And the the spirit just kind of like collapses back into the body and gives you this information.
Okay. Amelia would very much like to communicate this to the rest of the party.
100%, 100%. On hearing you say that, Aisling just kind of like stands up straight and she kind of like floats back a little bit, and she just kind of wipes the mop across the floor, across like the hall in like a full motion that creates this like divide kind of between you of clean floor and wall and ceiling. And as I said, the room was twisting. The room breaks at that point and twists, and you all are going to be put sideways facing her. Like you all kind of slump against the wall, and the wall to your left is now the floor, as you all get up and watch her twist the hallway around you. She doesn't just she's not just tough. She has limited control over this area. What do we do next?
Could I try trick her that like it wasn't us that even said it? It was like the guy ran into the corridor. Love. Look, you're doing a great bang up job.
I'm going to say, firstly, all rolls against Aisling are risky. I will say converse rolls specifically against her are dangerous. She does not listen to anybody except the managers, and that's part of the information you would have been given
in that case.
by Amelia. She will not listen to anybody who is not Mrs. B or Mrs. Mose or Mr. B.
By what I'm saying, because I'm actually an inspector that Miss Mold sent, and you're doing a great job. Actually,
I
really
love this.
Hang up, but
well,
if you're looking at the wrong place.
If you do want to make this a roll, because anytime I suggest a roll, it is suggested. You don't have to take it, because if something is a dangerous roll, that is going to be dangerous, and it's very likely to cause stress. However, you're trying to con this woman a little bit. You're trying to fibberoo here, so you're going to get mastery.
Also complimented her as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've got.
You can only gain mastery one time.
I can get mastery once.
Yes, unfortunately. I'm so sorry.
I was looking for 5 dice.
I know. The max you can get is 5, because you can get skill, domain, mastery, assistance, and from the flat first one. So you will have 4 against this one, because you have all of the relevant stuff. It is dangerous though, however, so be careful.
All my dice. What could possibly go wrong? We got a 10, we got an 8, we got a 4, and we got a 5.
Oh, so 5. So dangerous removes the top 2 results. So that is a failure. That's what I mean by things against her like normally are risky, but things like speaking to her, if you're not the authorities that she's paid by or that she's employed by, are going to be dangerous. I need you to take. As you say this to her, you try to con her, she looks at you and she just says, "Eternal guests, more like eternal mess." And she flicks her mop towards you, and this glob of like bleach, like sort of like material hits you, and you're going to take 1d8 body stress for me, please.
Ouch. Oh, 4.
4. What is your body stress currently?
It's going to be 5.
5. I rolled a 7. We don't have Fallout yet. I'm so annoyed.
Y'all are
so oh no.
Y'all are so lucky. Perfect. So does anybody else want to try and do something? Do you want to try and maybe create some sort of distraction so you could leave, or do you want to try and attack her again? You have hit her quite a little bit. You've done a little bit of damage, but it is going to take a second.
I would like to try to attack her.
Absolutely. What do you want to do, Lucia?
I would like to use my focused beam. So
amazing.
which is a hurt plus domain. So Lucian kind of has like this like hood, and they pull it back, and their eyes are just like pure white, and this beam is gonna like fire out towards her of just like pure whiteness. So it's hurt and domain.
So that is going to be, it is still risky trying to attack her. So it is going to be hurt plus domain, which you have both of, I'm assuming?
I do.
Do you have a knack in hurt?
I have a knack in hurt.
What is your knack in hurt again?
Killing occult creatures.
You will get mastery.
Awesome. So that would be three or four. Okay.
4. Because you're going to get mastery because
that's right.
She might be an occult creature, guys.
Cool. Okay, so 8, 7, 7, and 4.
That is going to be a success at a cost. Because we minus the 8 off, you get the 7, which is success at a cost. As Lucian brings their hood back and their eyes flash white, another kind of globule of like goo hits you on the shoulder, and I would like you to take a d6 body stress for me, and I would like you to inflict whatever your spell does then too.
Okay, so that is 3, but I have 1 protection, so that's 2, correct?
Amazing. And I rolled a 10, god damn it. So you're safe.
That attack is d8. Ooh, that's 8.
Ooh, a d8. So is there any special effects that does? Or that's 8 damage. Oh my god,
it ignores any protection the victim might have.
That's honestly fantastic because Aisling has a little bit of protection. So perfect. As that beam hits her, she just kind of reels back and she becomes enraged. She is just going to like flip her mop and she is going to charge straight towards you now, St. Lucian. So
that's fair.
She is going to run straight past you, Sir Casimir. So you may make a defend roll to try and protect your charge if you wish. Perfect. Make me a defend roll. You have both defend and martial, and the domain. It is risky though. So we would take away the top result.
Okay. Ooh. That's a 10 and then a 4 and a 2.
Oh, that's a failure.
Oh, no.
So as she's rushing past you, she doesn't even look at you, and she just bats you with the end of the mop and kind of knocks you aside. It hurts a lot more than the end of a mop should. Would you please take a 1d6 body stress for me, please? And I would like you to roll that twice and take the higher number. Because this attack is brutal.
Brutal. Yeah.
Rack me. Okay, cool.
Her attack with the butt of the mop is a brutal attack. Or physical attack.
Then you know what? I'm going to use my once per situation hunker down ability, and I'm going to reduce the dice size of the damage I'm about to take to a d4.
Very nice.
Amazing. Good use of that. So roll 2 d4s and take the higher number, please.
Okay. Sweet. That's still a 4. Okay, so that's fine.
What's your total body stress now?
I believe it's now a 5.
And I rolled a 5. We got our first roll-up, babies.
No!
I couldn't be happier.
Oh, my night. Sorry.
So, you get the ability you get the minor body fallout aching because, man, that really bloody hurt. The last blow you took hurt more than you expected. Decrease the stress dice of all attack rolls you make by 1 step. This is ongoing, and it will only go when it is cured.
Oh, remind me, how do I cure that?
You can cure that at haunts, or some special spells and abilities might be able to cure it. But you might get some little rest areas in this kind of place. I may be using the wrong terminology when I'm using the word haunt because I played a lot of Heart, the City Beneath, and that's what they were called. If the creator of this game is the name offhand, please let me know if I'm using the wrong one for your game, bestie. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your game. Perfect. So you do take that.
Would like to get this mop away from this person.
Yeah,
very much.
That is going to be risky. How are you going to try and do that? Retreats. Thank you so much, Gray, for that. They're called retreats. So there are a few retreats that you might be able to get to in this hotel.
Good. I would like to imagine with me here. I would like to try and do this using craft because it is a death domain, and you specifically mentioned that there's a bunch of skeletons, and I'm a necromancer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I kind of want to tap into the dead energy and have the bones do the restraining of the mob.
Oh, amazing. Fully. That's really creative. That's really cool. Please make that roll for me. Make a craft plus death roll for me, please. I think that's really creative. So I'm going to give you mastery on the too, because that's cool as fuck.
Thank you.
And if somebody says I can't give mastery, I'm the GM and I can do what I want.
You can do what I want. Is it risky?
It is risky, I'm afraid.
Okay. So it's a 2, 4, 7, and 8.
Okay, so that's a 7. So that is going to be a success at a cost.
I'll take it.
The bones snatch out, and I want you to roll a d4 for me, please, to inflict stress.
Yes. That is again a 4.
Oh my god. Holy hell. So as these perfect. As these skeletons and bones begin to animate themselves from the ground, it's mostly their limbs just kind of like fly up and like grab onto this mop, and you see Aisling like push against it, and just before they kind of snatch it out of their hands, she whips it and slaps you across the side of the head with it, and then it's pulled from her grasp. I want you to take D6 body stress brutal for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
6.
Yeah.
What's your body stress at currently?
7.
Oh my god.
Oh,
and I rolled.
Jesus.
I love this game. I rolled a 5.
Oh, no.
Also, the two of you who have incurred fallout, please remove all stress. Oh wait, do we have an action?
I do. I have a reaction. It's bellowing
Okay.
roar. Once per situation, I can let out a rallying cry and heal a PC that can hear me and remove a D4 of stress.
So that, because you kind of have to wait till fallout is checked for. Fallout is kind of like a state-based thing, so I have to check if fallout is being incurred. Unfortunately, when you do, or fortunately for some, when you do incur fallout, and I will say this to you specifically, Haley, because your character incurred fallout, you do remove all stress that you have from that resistance currently, so you go back to having 0 stress. So you took a body fallout, right? You took your thing. So remove all the stress, so you're back to 0 stress on that.
I was trying to heal her.
I know, but the thing is, they are also going to. They're also going to have all of their stress reset to 0 because they're incurring fallout. So healing them wouldn't really do much, unfortunately. I did roll a 5, and we are going to get a lovely, lovely, delicious little body fallout that I can think of. Oh no, I know what it is. I'm so sorry for this.
Are you?
Amelia?
You say with a smile. Yeah.
You took a blow.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You took a blow to the head that made your head spin and knocked you to the ground. You cannot act until after everyone else has acted in the situation. This is not an ongoing fallout. Apologies for the dog in the background. This is not an ongoing fallout. It is incurred immediately. It is not continuous, but you are currently stunned for a round, basically. Ooh, anybody who else has stress in a resistance currently? First go
I
first.
have 5 body stress at the moment.
Perfect. Heal me a D4 on that, please. We got a donation to heal you.
And do DM.
Thank you.
4.
Excellent. Go to 1.
Sweet.
Perfect. Lucian, do you have any stress currently?
I do have some body stress. I have 2.
Heal me a D4.
Okay. Oh, 1.
Perfect. The reason I made all of these things do a lot of damage is because I have donations to heal you. So hopefully you're looking at
I will take it.
Excellent. So you are kind of like knocked back, Amelia, and knocked back into the ground behind your party. What does everybody else want to do to get out of here? Or to fight Aisling? She looks damaged, but you kind of see her take out like a cloth out of her apron, and she just kind of wipes blood from her forehead. And where she would have blood, it's like kind of like a white ichor. It's like it's a blank. It has no color to it at all. It's completely cleaned of color. And she wipes it off, and the wound on her forehead goes away. And she's going to.
That's not fair.
No.
She's going to
Can't
use
do
her
that.
wipe away ability and
Why
heal.
can she heal? That's not
She
fair.
can't heal too.
She heals 8, so she's going to add 8 stress back to the situation, or to her like health pool, I guess. She also has donations. Yes, she has donations from her GM, who made her an absolute nightmare boss.
Thank you so
We have
much.
about 10 minutes till break, so if there's anything you guys want to do to try and maybe, beat her back and like kind of get out of here, or try and defeat her.
Okay. I'd like to use my enchanting performer.
Yeah.
So I think I need to actually test for that, and then switch out my converse for hurt, if that's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Enchanting performer. So I have to do a craft plus domain to pass it.
Sure. Yeah, you have one of the domains, so you can do that.
I have one of the domains. I have no craft.
This won't be risky because you're casting a spell on yourself. Because it doesn't affect the 8. That's a success. You can absolutely do that.
And with that, then I do actually have a hand bow, and I'm gonna I pop her where she got hurt before.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's 1 for the attack, 1 for the skill, 1 for the domain.
Yeah, perfect. I realize I mistaked a donation reward, but I'll for to be like good to our donator, I'm going to give you guys that heal for free, and I'm going to invoke their actual donation now in a moment. So what were the results again? Sorry.
9, 8, 7.
Oh, 8. That
Good.
succeeds because you subtract it. Go ahead and deal your damage.
So I've got a D6 for the bow.
Perfect.
Come
Fire away.
on, roll high. 2.
2. Doesn't really look like it does a lot to her when it hits her. It kind of like swings past that spot and nicks her a little bit, and she just kind of looks at it, and she just looks at you again. And
it was him.
As suddenly as that happens, in front between you folks and Aisling appears a woman in a brown suit. Kira, or what's her name? Because she has been summoned as a donation reward. Helpful concierge Kira has appeared. She looks at you with that dour expression that she had that time, and she just says, "Look, just turn around and go. Run out that door. I can help a little bit. I can put something there that might help you, but you have to get away from her. I can distract her a little bit, but I can't really stay too long." And that snap happens again, and she's smiling at you again. She's effectively made the rolls to get away from Aisling standard. However, the rolls to fight her will still be risky.
Gotcha.
Shall we leg it?
I was gonna say, Casimir has like one mode, like modus operandi when it comes to dangerous situation, and it is to pick up whoever looks the most hurt and run.
100%. That would currently be your necromancer who's on the floor.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The necromancer is getting scooped, and we're running.
Perfect. Lucian, do you have anything to do?
Ooh, they do not like the concept of running from this disgusting thing. But seeing
Wonderful.
other people are absconding, I would like to still try to get a last little knife in her. I want to pull out my dagger and try to give her a little stab.
Perfect. Make me a risky roll.
Yep. Oh gosh, I just had all these. Okay. This would be 3, yes. 3. Okay. Or no. Would it be 4? Oh no, I don't have mastery. Okay. Ooh,
No.
Okay. So
No, you're
9,
trying to hurt
8,
her.
and
You do have
2.
mastery. Remember, she's.
Oh, I do
she's an
still have
occult
mastery.
kind
Oh,
of
that's
creature.
right.
The old scoop and run. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So 9, 8, 4, and 2. So 8.
it. Nice. 8. So that hits. Roll your damage.
I believe that's yes.
D6,
6.
I think,
Yes.
from your knife.
4.
Nice. I have to do so much maths. It's not really. It's literally just. It's 4. But that's actually okay. So that's fine. Yeah, she is not looking. She looks pissed by that. But you succeeded enough that you could get that jab in before you can run back.
Yeah.
You
Now I'll
do
try
kind
to
of.
go.
You do get yourself away. I will need maybe another like defender traverse roll for someone to kind of carry you over the threshold. But now thankfully our necromancer has snapped out of their stupor and is kind of, you kind of come to like consciousness. I guess you weren't unconscious, but like your dizziness comes back and you are aloft, being carried by Sir Casimir. Amelia, you are being carried away.
Okay.
Would you like to maybe craft an obstruction or do something like I'm pointing to Amelia because they were kind of stunned, and I want to see if they want to do something now that they're back. You can always try and craft an obstruction or like throw another shot at
So I kind of want to hurt her.
Yeah, exactly. You can throw another shot
want
at
to
her.
hurt her. Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be risky again. Remember.
What's the worst that happens? I die.
That's all right, Amelia.
Will it stick this time?
GM, you really made someone be.
Can I give an assist
immediately?
Do you want to get assistance, Penny?
If you're going to hurt, can I give you an assist?
Absolutely, you can. So make me a hurt roll with a death domain and assistance. So that is going to be 4 dice because I think you have the domain and you probably have hurt. Do you?
I don't have hurt, but I have the domain.
It's 3 dice then. It's 3 dice.
Perfect.
And it's risky.
Also, do abilities like, can you use a core and a minor ability together?
What do you want to do?
So I have Cycle of Life, and part of that is that if I succeed on the hurt skill against a living being, if Ainsling's alive, it would increase the die size of stress inflicted by 1 step.
Okay.
And then my core ability would allow once per situation when inflicting stress upon a living or undead creature, you may clear an equal amount of body, mind, or soul stress.
Absolutely, those two things are satisfied. However, you currently don't have any body stress, I don't think, because you got it cleared by having the fallout.
Yes, I just need to double check if it's allowed to use for someone else. No, it doesn't.
I think it might just be for yourself. It's kind of stealing life from one thing.
Yeah. Which is fun.
Perfect.
Okay, so the top one gets cleared, which was a 9. So an 8.
Great. My Skype is slowing down a little bit. Did you say numbers?
Yeah, the highest was a 9 and the next one was an 8.
Okay, that's a success. Roll your damage.
With the scythe, which has brutal.
Nice.
So I'm gonna roll 2.
Oh,
and I mean,
you're a little bit far away for the scythe.
Okay, I was hoping to do like a magic like thing. That's fine.
Yeah, sure, you can argue that. No, I'm good with that.
Okay, and then I increase
it by.
Scythe? It's a D8.
So you will roll a D10 to deal damage to Aisling.
Feels good. That's gonna be a 10.
Oh,
you're joking.
I'm not.
Very nice.
Okay, so Aisling has 1 resistance, which means, or she has 1 protection, basically, which means that she reduces any damage taken by 1. However, she had 9 resistance left. You, in your parting kind of words, you just go, fuck you.
Just a final fuck you. Yes.
You just swing across. And Lucian, after getting your last little dig in and being really annoyed that you couldn't like see this scourge like plague, or this scourge like removed from existence, you see this blade of like necrotic energy just slash through Aisling, and like a statue she breaks and falls apart, and the room you're in just pulls from existence and you are shoved into the next room. Kira is pulled away from you too, along with this hallway, and you are thrown into the next room. You all are thrown onto the floor. Aisling has been destroyed, and you are now in a bar. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Absolutely
incredible.
This is why you need to join the squad.
I'm so happy that you guys destroyed Aisling. That's so freaking cool. Like, that's so freaking cool. Yeah, sick. Oh my god. We're doing great. Okay, we're gonna take a wee little break. Sina is gonna, our wonderful producer, by the way, thank you so much, Sina, is gonna throw us onto a break, and we'll see you guys in like 15 minutes. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. Welcome our honored guests back, or should I say eternal guests back. Thank you guys. I hope you had a nice little break. First and foremost, before we get started into the game, our lovely honored guests actually had some minor little tasks that they have fulfilled throughout the game so far. They've taken some minor beats to do with the hotel, and a few of them or three of our party members have succeeded. Amelia has killed an important member of the hotel, bringing death wherever they go. Sir Casimir has taken a blow meant for another, and Penny has duped someone and committed con artistry. So we have one more that is going to go. Also, I would like to give a little shout out to Trans Lifeline in the chat right now. We have Trans Lifeline, the very people we are doing this for are in the chat, and they're providing some wonderful, wonderful information about what they do. So ask them questions, talk to them, donate to them 100%. We also have a few donation rewards, and I'm going to give my party members basically have a pool of 3 VIP treatments, and I have a pool of 1 bad review. So they can make 3 rolls easier, and I can make 1 roll harder. And I know the kind of rolls I'm going to make harder. So
no.
without further ado, we shall welcome you back into the Grand Lubri Hotel, honored guests. You fall out of the hallway after destroying the Ashling, and you all find yourself. You hear this kind of swingy, cute music just kind of playing in the background and swaying, and you get up off the floor and you notice you're in a lovely, really beautiful lounge, like really ostentatious, really gorgeous. This place is pretty empty. There's a couple of people at the bar having a few drinks. There is a skeleton at the bar serving drinks, and he's just kind of like chittering and jattering and kind of like just serving little drinks to people. And he sees you come in and he goes like, "Oh, come here and sit down. Boney Lou will fix you up real well. Come on, sit down, lads. Go on, take a seat there." What do you guys do?
No, thank you.
I mean, it'd be hard not to take a drink from Skull.
Jeez, yeah, go on. And he throws you out a drink. I am going to say mechanically. One more dealer's choice donation. Oh, that's another bad review for me.
No.
Don't care
I
for
get
that.
terrible reviews. I don't just get bad reviews. I get terrible reviews. No, Boney Lou serves you a drink. Mechanically, this is a retreat. You can spend resources that you guys have accrued to heal fallout and heal stress. If you give a resource, you heal the dice number of that resource to a stress that you have. Currently, Boney Lou can mind and soul stress. Cannot heal goods or reputation stress. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. It's goods, goods, mind, and soul. They're the ones. So goods is you can stock up on some rations here. Soul is honestly sometimes a nice little drink is good for the soul. Just a nice, it doesn't have to be alcoholic. It can just be a nice beverage of a fancy variety. It can be good for the soul. It's self-care, right? And then mind, because Boney Lou's a great fella to chat to, and he might be able to take something off your mind. If you folks have any stresses in those resistances, give me a little roll. You can trade him some stuff and he will absolutely pour you a drink. He'll give you like non-special drinks or non-consultations or whatever for free for just being guests. You can just get little drinks.
Can I trade him my map to get some soul back?
The map, is that your equipment?
That is an equipment. Sorry, is that what we're
No,
trading?
you trade resources here.
Oh.
You currently have, I think you have a gold coin. If I'm remembering correctly.
I have the ferryman's coin,
ferryman's...
which I thought was in the same thing as the map. Just the map.
Yeah,
yeah. I'll give him the
ferryman's coin, and you have a hand mirror, I believe, which you received at the start of this thing.
Yeah, but the mirror looks like kitties. I can't.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What is?
I'll pay with the ferryman's
what's the dice
coin
size on the coin? And what is the domain?
Death.
Okay, so the domains here are Death and Haven, because you're talking to an undead bartender, and a lot of the patrons are actually undead. You see that the Boney Lou and Fleshy Lou's bar is what it's called. It's just called Boney and Fleshy's, And you see that it has like very like death and occult kind of accoutrements. Like there's like the little cocktail stirrers have little skulls on them. You don't know if they're real skulls of people who were that size. You don't really not really sure because they're really tiny. But because you're trading a resource that's of the same domain as this person, I'm going to let you upsize that dice to a 6. So roll me a d6 and heal that, and you will get rid of that thing.
I'm fully healed on
So
soul.
Fleshy Lou just kind of sees you, and you toss him the Ferryman's coin. He goes like, "Well, Jesus, I wish I had one of these when I died." Well, hey, and he just throws it. He throws it into their little bank, and he throws you a really beautiful cocktail. This, you're sure that your love ordered something like this for you at a bar. You know that by you drinking this, she's out there thinking of you. You could just feel it, and your soul heals.
Okay, ready to go.
Oh.
Yeah, the skeleton serving. You're so late. Anybody else have any stress they'd like to relieve here? Are we all good? I don't think there's many soul or good stress on you guys. It's like body, maybe. You do.
If any of our undead people have stress, I get bonuses to healing undead.
Oh, nice. I guess with the attempt.
I am undead, but I don't think there's anything to heal.
Yeah, I only have one body, so I'm okay.
We'll say for the purpose of this, because our lovely necromancer is attuned to healing the undead, Boney Lou's concoctions might be able to be made to serve the body, and you might be able to heal that fallout that you have going on. It might be a little bit. It might be difficult. It might require maybe a craft roll from our necromancer to maybe help Boney Lou craft a little concoction. So it'll be craft death, and you're getting assisted by Boney Lou for this. So you can make 4 d10s and roll for it. The sort of stress here involved would be mind stress for getting something wrong in front of everyone.
Psychic damage.
And it's craft, right? Yep. Okay. It's a 3, 4, 7, and 8.
Nice, an 8 is a straight up success. So he does require you to give a resource, one of you to give some sort of resource to him to kind of for the material cost. But whichever one of you would like to give a material, I think both of you have resources with you. If one of you would like to give a resource, Sir Casimir, you can absolutely clear that fallout, and you no longer have that fallout. As Boney Lou starts brewing and concocting, and Amelia is like, you're kind of like correcting him a little bit. You're like, no. So they're dead. So you kind of have to do it a little bit more like, and Boney Lou's like, well, jeez, I don't love a backseat driver, but jeez, you know what you're doing. So he just starts brewing and crafting, and Boney Lou gives you this very beautiful looking cocktail, and out from behind the bar, behind the kind of stock area, you see this man kind of turning. He's just like, you're not telling Boney Lou what to do, are you?
And if I am?
Well, see, you have the stench of death off you. Lovely to see you. And nice to see another necromancer around here, actually. There's not many of us. Fleshy Lou is my name. Lovely to meet you, lovely.
Fleshy Lou. For one, also to say that Amelia will give the research tomb resource to craft this. It's like taking notes from that and being like, actually, book gone, and then we'll shake Fleshy Lou's hand.
Yeah, he shakes your hand.
Right, there aren't many of us.
He shakes your hand like very, very fervently. He just kind of goes like, lovely that you can command the death. Stay the fuck away from my skeleton. All right. So when you shake his hand feels unnaturally soft, as if there's not really bones. And he just kind of goes to you, well, look, he's my bartender here. Great man, does great work, much like myself. But I've animated him myself from a few of the eternal guests who come in here and got kind of lost. And a little bit of my own bones because they were missing a few because Ashton got at them. Well, you've all...
Not a problem anymore.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, I'm just if you're worried about people losing bones in future, I wouldn't be concerned, at least not from that source.
Oh, Ashley's taken up a new profession. Good for her. Jesus, I knew she was capable of getting a promotion. Well, I'm going back to the back because I actually fucking hate people. So I'll see you now. I'll see you now. And Boney Lou just kind of turns like, it's like, I mean, look, it doesn't really look like it, but I'm the kind of the face of the operation here, you know. Yeah, you've met my master, and you've all had a lovely little rest. Take yourselves a little drink, unwind, relax. However, nah, you're going to need to know that at all. And he just starts making drinks for other people. And you do notice that some of the people here are skeletons also, but they are like covered in cobwebs and unmoving. As if to say, people, it, if somebody wants to make me a study roll to understand what's going on here, or maybe a converse roll to talk to Boney Lou and ask him what's going on here, we can kind of figure that out.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, but yeah, asking him, and also maybe he knows the way to the manager's office.
Ah, absolutely. What do we say to our Boney Lou?
Boney.
Can I assist this?
Absolutely, you can. You absolutely can assist.
Amelia, and you will have the chance. Boney, you're great. I say the point that drink was the best I've ever had. You are an absolute craftsman. Wondering, you've obviously been here a while. Do you know the way to the manager's office? And what's the deal with the cobwebby ones over there?
Oh Jesus, you're so mad for asking questions. I guess, and I'd like you to roll that roll for me.
Yeah, no sweat. So I've got mastery for giving a compliment. I've got converse. I've got death.
And you're being assisted. That's 5.
I've got assisting. That is my full 5.
I am going to. I'm going to invoke a risky roll on this with one of my bad reviews because I'm a bastard.
So my highest was a 10, which I'll drop.
Yeah.
I then got a 7, 2 6s and a 4.
Oh, so this means that 2 of our people take stress here because somebody was assisting. He kind of looks at you a bit like, I'm looking for the manager. Like, now the 2 of them are kind of, honestly, they're kind of spooky and a bit weird. But I mean, you'll usually find them like, oh, this is going to sound like the most hacky shite, but you'll find them where they're needed. That's kind of where they are. They don't really have an office. They kind of just are. And I'm doing this a lot. I don't really know what it means, but I saw some of the lads here do it once and I thought it was kind of cool. So they just are. Yeah, that's kind of. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. You're all such fun, colourful yolks. Lottie. As for the people here, yeah, they kind of started having a drink here once and then just never left. Nobody really leaves here once they start having a drink for too long. So just kind of sit at the bar and just kind of atrophy a little bit. And then sometimes Fleshy has them kind of dance around and do little tricks and stuff for the new people who come in to kind of keep them staying here. And learning this information, the 2 of you are going to take D4 soul stress as that bar stool calls to you. He just kind of says, maybe we should sit down and have a drink forever. 3.
I don't think
Cool.
so. A 1, but I have 2 soul protection.
Nice. This phases you absolutely none, Amelia. You've seen death and decay before. You're like, I make that happen. I don't become that. Thank you. Whereas our lovely Penny Defraud, you went from having all of your soul stress cured to now being stressed that you might not be back to see your love again because you're so enamored with this place. And I rolled a 3. So we're going to get Soul Fallout. I love this game. And I know exactly what Soul Fallout you're going to get. It is one of my favorites. And I'm just going to wait for my PDF to learn how to scroll. Because it's just kind of not doing it right now. I'm absolutely not buying for time at all. Don't worry about it. Anyway. So you get the ongoing Fallout extra planar vision. Your vision swims as you hear this. As you hear this, people are trapped here forever. People are being forced to kind of dance here. No. I need to see my love. She's somewhere else. She's outside of here. And your vision breaks in half almost. And you start to perceive worlds other than your own layered on top of one another. Any action that requires you that requires accurate judging of distance, jumping, firing an arrow, increases in difficulty by 1 step. Once per session, you see something useful, ask the GM what it is. Your vision kind of breaks and blurs, and you feel, as you see these different realities kind of fold on top of each other, there is one piece of information I will give you for free. You don't feel like you're in the same reality as you were when you stepped into this building.
I think I've gone mad, lads. I want to go home. I want to go back to the circus.
The information, because that was a success at a cost, however, the information you do glean about this place from this is people drink here, and when they stay drinking here, they drink here, and they drink here, and they stay here forever, and they atrophy and turn to dust. It's kind of like this place is a good place to stop in and have a cure, but you're not really, you don't think you should hang around too long.
Nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here. Guys, and just can I huddle with the party for a second?
Oh yeah, just here, man. I'll just serve this fella. And there's a skeleton, and he
Thanks,
Boney like pours a drink, and he puts it up to the skeleton, and the skeleton is just like this, just doesn't move, and he kind of takes the hand of the skeleton and puts it around the drink, and then puts it to the skeleton's face as if to make him drink it. Like and he's just kind of like minding his business over there doing that.
Does it all come out the bottom?
Being a weirdo.
Oh god. Yeah, does it just pour
it's
through
all over
him?
the floor.
Amazing. He has another job to do. He can go clean it up.
He
He can keep busy.
The party, we're having a huddle.
Guys, I don't want to stay here forever and end up like one of these sad fuckers. Can we, I'm pretty sure we could wander those corridors forever. Maybe we need a plan.
Well, it was indicated that if we caused enough trouble, that we might draw the attention of the staff, the head staff. So clearly, killing one of their main cleaners or whatever she wasn't enough. So wouldn't that logically mean we just need to find more things to cleanse?
I like causing trouble. So do we cause trouble here? Do we find somewhere better to cause trouble? What are we thinking?
What kind of trouble are we causing?
Fire's fun.
Fire does cleanse.
Arson.
Fires.
There is a lot of alcohol in a
Too
bar.
much.
Wondering.
I never know where the line is.
I think it's perfectly acceptable.
There's a lot of alcohol in a bar.
Boney, could I have one of those bottles of vodka?
Oh yeah, go on. Just have a new resource there, maybe, or two. Just something to give Boney, to tide Boney over, kind of. Maybe we do a little trade. How about that? Yeah. Okay.
Sure. I do have that
Yeah,
helmet.
you can.
That is
You can
shiny.
swap the
I'm
helmet.
assuming.
He gives you a kind of a crate of like. It's not like it's like a crate of spirits, basically. They're going to be an equipment. They can be made volatile. Is all I'm going to.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, they're literally spirits.
and
Like if
then-
you make them flammable, they will become flammable. Basically, you can absolutely construct the Molotov cocktails you've been planning to construct since the start of this.
Yeah, Casimir.
Any bar?
Straight up.
Is there? Those ones is a clean bar rag or two. We can just lean over
Yeah.
and whip. real fast.
That's not gonna be, because there's enough of you to distract Boney that you can just snatch. That's not really going to require a little roll,
Casimir's gonna
because Fleshy is currently occupied too.
Okay,
methodically
okay, there's a
start
plan
making
put
some
together.
Molotov cocktails in a crate.
Now, creating Molotov cocktails in front of the barman, or even in the bar around some of the patrons, is going to require a sneak roll. So I would like somebody to make me a sneak roll, with the domain being death, and invoke my bad review. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save it.
I've got
There's plenty
sneak
of
and
time.
death. Does anyone have better than that?
Does anybody
No.
have sneak?
No.
Anybody else?
I've got both sneak and death,
Perfect.
so I'd be getting 3. Can anyone get to 4?
I will assist you to get you to 4.
Do you have sneak?
I
You have
do not.
You have to have the sneak
Could
skill to
I
be able
make
to
an argument for
Oh.
craft, since we're
True.
crafting something?
Absolutely, you can argue for craft if two people have craft and they want to craft something together. That's absolutely correct. It would be crafting in such a way that like you're doing it, but like
She craft and I can sneaky cause distraction.
yeah,
or
like
something.
I think if you
make it
if
easier
you're
that
going
way?
for the craft route, I would say that you're doing it in such a way that you are so good at it that it doesn't look like you're doing what you're doing. Whereas sneak is causing the distraction and making sure that your alchemist or your necromancer and your knight can craft a Molotov cocktail without anybody looking because you're causing distraction. Sneak is the distraction. Craft is the doing it so well that nobody notices that's what you're doing.
I am neither of those things.
Right.
I'm gonna vote for sneak because I would like Amelia to be doing something else while that's being
Oh,
crafted.
what would Amelia like to do?
Amelia would like to kind of take stock of the undead in this place because if we're burning it to the ground, that's fine. But if there's any souls of the undead that are still here, they don't want them being trapped here.
Okay, yeah, sure.
There.
What are we doing with that? Are we trying? Is this like, are you positing a role, or do you have an ability you have an eye on?
I don't think I have an ability
Okay.
that would help me with this.
Yeah.
So I do think it would be a role.
Absolutely. I think you could argue craft, because perhaps you're trying to craft some sort of doorway to get these, or some sort of like
That'd be really
portal for these souls to escape through, and that's absolutely within your
Yeah.
domain as a bringer of death and such. Yeah, so you can absolutely try and do that, and you would get all of your things for that, your craft, your death, your stuff like that. Yeah, 100%.
Excellent. Okay.
And we have our sneaky guy over there. So let's roll your rolls. I'm not going to impose any bad stuff on you. However, you do have 3 uses of make this roll easier, which you can give yourself mastery on these rolls by expending one if you want, if the party you're okay with that, or you can wait till maybe something harder.
Can I get mastery for my dexterous hands on this?
So-
magician-y. It's abilities that
So
uses the word
yeah,
dexterity.
so
in
you
there.
would be creating a distraction for Casimir to craft. So unless you're trying to assist in the crafting and you're trying to do it like under the table kind of thing.
Well, I was thinking if I'm doing distraction and I'm a troubadour, I could do like a little magic
Yeah,
trick
sure.
or something.
That's argument enough. I'll let you do that.
Where did you go?
Cool. 8763.
8, 7, 6, 3, 8. That's a success. And our necromancer?
6, 9, and 10.
Oh, a critical success.
Very
So
nice.
Stop being nice. Just Amelia has to stop being nice to living people.
I need
There's
both
no
of you.
point
So
anyway.
Amelia, roll me a d6, and Penny, roll me a d4, please.
It's a 2.
Oh, that is exactly what you need here. This room has I gave it resistance in case you guys were doing something against it, because normally like a retreat wouldn't, but you found that even retreats in this place are kind of hostile. So as Amelia, you begin to place these bones in like a circle, and you start putting like candles beside them, and you take like bits of like old, like rotten, like flesh and sinew from the bodies that are here and the sort of wasting away patrons. You begin to sit around and you begin to call death to you, and given your mastery of death over the last like little while, killing, ashling, and bringing death, and you feel so confident about this that you notice flesh or Bony Lou kind of rattles a little bit, and the necromantic magic kind of holding it together kind of snaps and breaks, and Bony Lou falls to the ground as a pile of bones, and you hear this wail and scream, and had you not succeeded on this would have caused you quite a lot of harm. But these souls pass through your body and pass into this portal that you've made on the ground, and you now feel that there is no more death in this room. There are no more souls of the departed in this room. You have cleansed this room in a way of death, which is strange for you, but you've also allowed these souls to pass into some other existence. You feel weird about it. You feel kind of inflicted. You're like conflicted. You're kind of like, I wanted to bring death, but I also respect the dead in a way that I don't want them to be burned in this stupid way. So you feel a little conflicted, but you performed admirably. However, Fleshy Lou does come out and he goes, what the fuck? I told you to stop messing with my stuff. I swear to God. And at the same time, you have Penny doing a little distraction. He kind of goes like,
Check this out.
what the fuck? Why are they so colourful? Where did you learn that at all? That's lovely. And it feels uncharacteristic that this man who has lost his livelihood in this place is now besieged by color and by stuff. But it was so out of left field to have somebody juggle in front of him while somebody's literally reaping the souls of the dead that he has collected in this lounge. So he's just kind of like, what the what? I don't even. And he doesn't know how to react. And you have so much time to craft these Molotovs. Do you want to set them off, Sir Casimir?
Yeah, no, once they're crafted, I'll look to my charge and just kneel down, I guess, and ask for a blessing.
Oh yes. Do you want to bless the
Holy hand grenades.
Holy Molotov.
Yeah, holy hand grenade.
literally?
Lucy
Hallelujah.
will put one hand on Sir Casimir's head and then another hand on the Molotovs, and they'll murmur some words from the Children of Light and perform a
Wonderful.
blessing on them.
Excellent. That's so beautiful. Now you may loose the Molotovs if you wish.
Oh hell yes.
Honestly,
Chugging 'em.
because you all did so well in this, like there's no role for this.
Just
Lucian
burn.
puts their hand on the bottle, and you all see the bottles surge with this beautiful light. And when you throw these bottles at the bar and at the place, Fleshy Lou immediately is like engulfed in white flame, in like white yellow flame, and so is the entire bar. This whole place starts to burn. You do realize that the whole place starts to burn, so you kind of go, oh, we need to.
We're here too.
Yeah.
We are here too.
Yeah, we need to go. So we just we scarper, we get out, and you open the door, and all spill forward into another hallway. Maybe no. You see a banister in front of you. This isn't a hallway. This is like the upper level of. Is this the foyer? You're in the foyer. But is it a foyer? Is it the ballroom? It looks grand. You hear the cogs and whirs of the elevators below you, and you think, no, this is the hallway. Or this is the foyer. And in front of the front doors of the hotel, you see Mrs. Mose in her pink power suit, and you see Mr. B in his blue power suit. And the two of them look up at you with this pained smile, and they just kind of say, that fucking bastard, Philip. We'll never trust him in souls. His influence bores us now. How about we just take this into our own hands? You have made a mockery of our hospitality here at the Grand Lubri Hotel. And as they speak, the words kind of warp and warble between them, and their bodies begin to fuse together into this like mass. And before you now, you see this grand angelic being. Yeah. Thank you, Gray, in chat for pointing that out. They are named after Mr. Mosby from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yes, I didn't want to say anything. I wasn't sure.
These creatures fuse together into an entity known as Mix Mosby. They are a double-faced entity with one side of beautiful coiffed blonde hair and the other side of a very prim and proper sharp cut high fade of like tight curls, dark skin on one side, light skin on the other. You didn't spoil the twist, babes. It was happening. Don't worry about it. Also, you're the creator, you're allowed to do stuff like that. It's fine. You get a pass, babes. So you see that their faces fuse together in this like split line. Their suits are fused together, one side pink, the other side blue, with white pinstripes down the right, trans rights, and they have these huge wings that unfurl behind them. No, 6 huge wings that unfurl behind them. This dangerously angelic being before you. Its arms crack and extend and break out into these long appendages with huge claws at the end. The power suit tapers into a skirt that is a very tight pencil skirt of those two colors. And the legs kind of are twisted and fused into one and crack down into a column. They're almost standing like the statuesque being, and they look at you and they just say, I will not have a bad review tarnish my reputation. Now die and be mine forever. And we're going to enter another round of combat with Mix Mosby. What do you do?
Background noise.
Absolutely, background noise.
We're at the top of the staircase, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna offer Lucian my like arm as like a help down the stairs.
Oh,
And we'll just-
cute.
Pull out the flail. I guess we're going.
I pass background noise, so we're all gonna have mastery for everything as long as I don't get
Perfect.
hit.
What did you roll?
At 8 and 9 and a 2.
8 and 9 and a 2.
Even if you make that risky pass.
No, you do. No, I would have. Risky, like the difficulty of something has to be stated before the roll is made. You are making noise though, so it is going to make you a little bit of a target, unless your friends
take
try to help.
my ass, spread out my arms, and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, boogies and ghouls, make way, because we are getting the fuck out of here."
I
And
love that.
as you say that, this being looks at you and cracks a smile. And unless somebody would like to try and defend our lovely Penny, make a defend roll, I'm going to. They're going to attempt their customer service voice attack on you.
No.
Oh my god.
Someone defend me.
Oh,
Someone
good.
defend.
So, anybody here can make a defend roll because you're all around each other. Our knight or our knight or anybody around can make a defend roll to try and protect our Penny, or else if you don't, Penny will be making the defend roll themselves or himself.
I'll make the defend roll for sure.
Perfect.
You're good. It's my job. Anyway, what are the domains? So
yes, the
skill
domain is
roll.
Alien Haven.
Haven. Perfect.
Also, we are at the top of a new situation, our new and probably final situation. So everybody with per situation abilities, those refresh.
Yes, good.
Beautiful. I'm gonna save my hunker down ability for when somebody's about to die. So, but
Sure.
I might, sorry,
Okay.
before you roll that, I might use duet now. I have it once per situation. It's going to give you an auto pass. A 7 or lower counts as a partial pass.
Oh
Interesting.
wow. Okay. Excellent.
And I do have
Let's
mastery,
keep it
don't
up
I?
for everyone.
Does mastery apply to this roll?
You do. Why do you have mastery?
Because of the
Yeah,
background
for
noise?
my
Yes, background noise. You
Because
do
it's
have
background
mastery
noise,
on this.
yeah.
So roll me
What is-
4d10, and anything below a 7 still counts as a success at cost. What did we get? It is also risky.
10.
It is also risky because anything against this
10.
creature is risky. Sorry, apologies.
super
I should have
valid.
stated
Okay.
that.
No, you're fine. So that 10 is nullified, but my highest one is an 8.
Excellent. Yeah, you absolutely defend, and this, you feel this like psychic energy of this smile just hit like towards you, and you kind of like you put up your shield and shy away your face, and you don't look. Just don't look. Just don't look, and it just kind of goes and like wavers off of you. what does everybody else want to do? The creature is going to be moving towards you now. Nix Mosby is going to be moving itself towards you, and you see the space around you begins to manipulate too. Like walls begin to crack and break, and like the space around you begins to just like things just floating unnaturally. She's smizing. They're smizing. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to focused beam that.
Yeah, absolutely. Focus beam again. Do it.
So the hood's gonna come back and I'm gonna get another laser.
Lasers. I thought Lasers and Feelings was on earlier today. Ha ha ha.
Another great game.
Oh, yeah, wonderful. It was a wonderful stream.
It's very fun to watch, yeah.
Alien and Haven, correct?
Yes.
And do they count as an occult creature?
You got mastery for me either way.
Oh, so I get mastery anyway. Never mind.
Yes, they don't count as an occult creature, though.
Okay, good to know.
You have a feeling they're more alien than anything. Like, they're
Okay.
not of this world, rather than perverse creations.
Okay. So that's 5, 6, 1, and 8.
5, 6, 1, and 8.
So 6 would be. If it's
That is a 6. That is going to be that's a success at a cost?
cost, I think.
So as you shoot your beam, you feel you're gazing directly upon them. You hit them. Please roll your damage.
5.
Amazing. And that bypasses protection, right?
Yes, any protection they have.
Amazing. You feel like this does hit them very hard, and it kind of, you see like a bit of like porcelain of their face kind of like break and crack, and they just kind of look at you, and the beam is like kind of hitting them, and they push their eyes into the beam back at you, and you feel this, your body just rack with energy. I need you to take 1d8 soul stress for me, please.
Oh boy, howdy. 4.
Yeah, take 4 soul stress, and we are going to roll Fallout. How much soul stress do you have?
Just the 4.
Just the 4. Perfect.
If we have
You're good.
our linked soul,
Oh yeah, that's right. We do have
like
links.
narratively,
Yes.
would Amelia feel any of that?
Amelia doesn't feel the effects, like in so much that it would be stress, but you get this feeling in your gut that whatever that was, the end goal is to warp your minds into such a manner that you will become theirs.
Don't like that.
Hate that.
Don't enjoy it.
They are going to they're going to try and enact an ability now called Eternal Rewards Package. Does anybody currently have any body stress?
I have 1.
One. Cool. The next failure by Lucian will incur Eternal Rewards Package. Anybody want to do something here? Anybody want to try something? They are moving closer towards you now.
So what way does their like attack look? How does it represent? Is this just an invisible feeling, or is it like actually a laser?
It is a feeling. It is your very willpower being sucked from your body by them kind of expressing this like forced joy and forced service to kind of force that upon you. Basically, they're trying to manage you to be smiling. You got to smile for the customers, everybody. Pretty much. It's psychic damage, because that's anybody who works hospitality here will know that that's what it's like to work hospitality.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a silly idea.
Do it. Silly ideas are wonderful.
I'm thinking old school fighting Medusa. I have a mirror of someone I love. I've got creepy creature trying to put things on me. I've got sneak. I wonder if maybe I could prepare, just put this in the next time it tries to use a creepy smile on me.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, because you're doing this underhandedly and you're kind of just trying to whip the mirror out, that would absolutely be a sneak roll. However, yeah, they're going to level that smile at you, and I would like you to make that sneak roll, please.
Okay. So sneak. Ask for a roll for 1 dice. Sneak. Haven domain. And Dexter's hand. I've got mastery
You've got
actually.
mastery anyway. However, I will tell you before you roll, this is risky, and I'm going to make it dangerous.
Oh no.
All 10s. Here we go. Drop the dice. Probably a 10. Oh wow. 3 4s and a 2.
Oh no.
No.
That didn't work at all.
So as you pull the mirror out and you look, and she looks at you, I need you to take 1d8 soul stress again.
2. So that puts me to.
At least that's used up. They get used again.
Oh, sorry. Because you incurred soul fallout before, you cleared all of the stress to that, so you probably would be at 2 now again, right?
When did I? Oh, I did incur
Yes.
fallout. Thank you very
No problem.
much. I totally forgot that.
I rolled 12. You're fine. Don't worry. You're on 2. So
I dropped my oration now, though, don't
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
As your body is racked, your speech begins to slur and waver, and you start just throwing out random words, and you all just hear Penny just kind of go like farfalla,
Ladies.
banana,
Evening. Fuck.
fuck Jesus, and basically just nonsense words that don't make sense to the scenario, and you all feel that battlefield trance fall. Or battle, whatever it's called, I can't remember. I'm sorry.
I should have gone last.
Anybody else have any ideas?
Yeah,
go for it.
I can't do that. But I really am not keen on this trying to get our souls under their will thing. So I would like to try and use converse to remind our party of our bonds and that we came here together, we'll be leaving together.
Oh, okay. We're trying to power friendship our way through this manager. I love that. That's wonderful. Yeah, make me that
So
roll.
every retail worker knows that's how you get through it.
Exactly. It is
Truly.
risky. The roll is risky because you are rolling against Mix Mosby. However, you still do have 3 uses of make this easier to use. The party has that.
I would use it.
Now's the time.
Okay.
Or
Cool.
anytime.
So it is now. The roll is now
Can
standard.
I assist as well to Amelia? I've got converse.
Yeah, absolutely you can. So that's going to be 4d6 or 4d10 t6. What game is this?
Scumability,
Oh
obviously.
no.
No, this is good laughter.
Okay, good.
So because it's risky, the top one is axed, right?
It is not risky because you've made it easier. You with one of our pools, so you've made it a standard roll.
Cool. Then I crit twice.
Cool.
Nice.
That's a 10. Oh my god. I love how you were like, because it's risky, I dropped the top one. It doesn't matter. I got a 10 anyway.
It doesn't matter. Gotta do it for the drama.
Yeah.
Like, cool, it's still a 10.
Oh, we live, we laugh. So as Amelia, you start speaking to your friends and reminding them, and she just kind of says, no. You have been promised to me. And those words fall deaf. They fall. Those words don't affect your party right now. I want you to roll a d4 as you watch her smile crack into it kind of gets bigger and more ferocious.
It's a 1.
A 1. Yeah. That's yep. She seems pissed by that really more than anything. So she's going to begin to lash out now, and I would like Lucian to make me a defend skill roll, please.
Okay. So it's defend. You said she is alien, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So defend.
Also, Mix Mosby uses they them pronouns for anybody asking, because they are both the managers who were he, him, and she, her. They've just blended it together.
Perfect.
So it's 2, 5, 8, and 7.
2, 5, 8, and 7. That is a success at
So
cost.
7. Yeah.
So success at cost in this situation is going to mean that she turns to you and gives you this awful smile, and she just kind of says, "You, Scourger, I know what you want. You want converts, and I can give them to you in droves. Your resolve, however, doesn't crack quite as much as she would like. I would like you to heal D4 body stress for me, please.
Okay. What is that? 2, but I only have 1, so I'll take that.
And I would like you to receive D8 soul stress brutal for me, please.
Oh boy, howdy.
And you will also get to deal a D4 against her.
Okay. Okay, so that's...
Thank you, Ralph. Exactly. Not they, them as in non-binary, they, them as in 2 Eldritch Hotel managers fused into one angelic being. Totally. That's so true.
Yeah. So that would be 6 soul stress total.
So your total is 6 that you have?
No, my total is now 10. No, 9. Sorry. 9, sorry. But still bad.
Okay. What did you roll against the situation?
It was a D4, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to give you brutal on this one too. So roll it twice and take the higher.
Okay.
Just because I want to and I'm feeling cool.
Okay, so the higher was a 3.
Sick. That's excellent. You have a feeling that did it did a little bit. It was a little more effective. You had a feeling that your resolve has been quite effective in this situation. Same with you, Amelia. You realize that kind of ignoring their pleas to take you is hurting them a lot more than it should, I guess. For mechanic, it's avoiding their protection, basically. I'm going to roll.
I have a question about an ability I have.
Yes, go for it.
One of my major...
I'm rolling your fallout first as well.
Oh, no.
Wait,
yeah, okay. That's fair.
Tell me your ability and I'll tell you what fallout you're getting.
My core ability says that at the beginning of each situation I can draw soul stress, but no one had soul stress. Could I use it not at the beginning of the situation?
Unfortunately,
or does it have to only...
Okay, it has to be at the beginning, I'm afraid. It means that if you are entering a situation with soul stress, you can clear it. And it is just for yourself, I believe, that ability. It's kind of...
yes.
The Scourger kind of has that resolve that if you are carrying soul stress, you can get rid of it because you're like, no, I'm doing the right thing. I'm serving my justice, etc. You are going to get soul fallout.
Yes.
You can... Oh, no, that one's not going to work. That one is not correct. Oh, sure.
I don't like that. I don't enjoy that.
No.
I don't enjoy any of that.
You all no longer see Lucian. Lucian has blipped out of existence.
Oh no.
Lucian has winked out of existence. And we cut to Lucian. You are in a temple, in a church. You're giving a sermon to your people. You have converts by the droves. You have so many people here converted. Maybe they were right. Maybe you should stay here and have converts. But
with
you
my
don't
extra planner, pardon me, DM. With my extra planner vision, can I see where they've gone?
You see a ghost of Lucian. You see Lucian standing with their hands kind of outstretched as if like prophesizing or speaking or orating. And you just see a ghostly outline of them. Kind of folded on top of the reality you're in. Effectively, you cannot act until everybody else has acted. This is like the stunned version, but soul stress version. Okay. But you're kind of in this existential moment of, does it matter where I convert as long as I convert? What do we want to do? Anything else to mix Mosby? Oh, clear all of your soul stress as well, because you did incur fallout. And this is not an ongoing fallout. It is immediate, so it is not like continuously on you.
Okay, so it's just after everyone else has taken their...
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I think, especially now seeing that Lucian has disappeared.
You're pissed.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no.
Bye.
Kaz immediately goes like, there is instant rage and like you see almost a little bit of jealousy in the look. And Kaz is going to jump the stairs, going to try to leap off of like the banister, and because Mick Mosby is like in the air, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is going to come down from the air and slam with the flail.
I am going to... So this is a risky roll. You still have 2 uses of make this easier if you'd like. However, I think that charged by your fervor, I'm going to give you mastery on this. So roll me Hurt Haven with mastery. So that is going to be 3 extra d10, so 4 total, and you take away the highest, unless you want to make this easier and expend another one.
Do it.
Okay.
Cool. It's standard.
Okay,
Then.
yeah, let's do that.
Perfect.
Sweet. And then my flail is dangerous too. I don't know what that means.
Perfect. I will tell you when I check it in the PDF, unless Gray, who's in chat, knows what dangerous is because they made this game.
Oh, hi! I love your game.
Yes, we are all loving it.
What's it called? Cool. So wait, I have hurt, the domain, the skill itself,
And mastery,
and then I'm getting mastery. Okay.
Sorry, my PDF is currently scanning, so unless somebody else can scroll through the PDF better than me.
Let me see here.
For dangerous. What did we get, Haley?
Okay, so I love it when dice do this. That's a 10.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Nice.
A 10.
I just critical.
Okay. So let me I think I may have found. Sorry, dangerous 1/6 countdown. No. The problem with the word dangerous.
Control F.
That's what I was trying to
Yeah.
do too.
It
Is
shows up
control F.
I'm control Fing too. The problem with the word
When
dangerous
you
is that it's also a
inflict-
difficulty.
I got
in
it.
So there's 62. You got it?
I got it. When you inflict stress with this equipment and roll the maximum amount, take d6 body stress.
Oh. So if you roll the max amount in it, you will take body stress. However, what is the is the stress, or what is the dice size on this?
D6.
You would. Go for it. Roll me a d8.
Amazing. Fuck them up.
Roll that.
Do it for me.
Ooh, I feel like that's lucky, right? I got a 7.
Oh, hell
yes.
So you see Sir Casimir just run and seeing St. Lucian, your world kind of moves in slow motion as Lucian winks out of existence, and you just fury and rage. And a lot of you have seen Sir Casimir travel with you for a while, and Sir Casimir's quite quiet, is quite reserved, is unassuming as a person, despite the fact that they are quite large. They are the strong physique. They are this kind of like the silent protector. They pick people up and carry them across, but you hear a bellowing cry from Sir Casimir as they run and jump, kick off the banister, and with their flail they just swing it around. And Casimir, you almost feel a golden light erupt from the flail as you crack it across Mix Mosby's face. You feel the Mr. B side of Mix Mosby's face cracks and splinters and almost completely breaks off, save an eye. Underneath there is a mass of just writhing tentacles, and there's also just incomprehensible horror just below, just kind of poking and reaching and flicking out. And you drop to the ground, you do a little tumble and roll, and you're kind of now down on the ground beside them. You have a feeling that also ignored its resistance, because your fervor just really brought that along. I think narratively that's a cool way to flavor that. This creature is looking a little messed up. It howls and bellows in agony, and it's going to use its shuffle reality ability, and the room blinks and winks and turns and twists and kind of reshapes, and the door is now a little further back, but there are blades sticking out of the walls. There are swords and just weapons all over the place. The place just has this. There's also vines and jungle stuff all around. There's just vegetation now. The domains are now wild and martial, no longer haven and alien. Anybody else have anything left to do?
Yeah, I do. Because the domains just changed, and our least favorite hotel manager is flying with 6 wings, and there's vines now, and I have craft, and I have wild, and I would like to bring our worst manager to the ground.
You absolutely
No.
can attempt that. This is going to be risky.
Yeah.
You have one use of the thing left. Think about it as you will, but you may roll all of those things. I think it's 3 dice on this. You get 3 extra dice, or 3 dice because it's
3 dice total.
yeah, 3 dice total, and it's
Yeah.
So as you see your necromancer friend begin to command the vines around them, what do we roll?
It's a 6.
Was 6 the one that didn't get removed?
I got 2 6s.
Oh, very good. So that is a successful cost.
And a 5.
Roll me a d4,
so
please.
I'll take that. Yes. That's a 4.
Excellent. So you see these vines just grab and restrain and pull Mix Mosby to the ground, and they just start raking at the ground and start flailing and nearly hitting you, Sir Casimir, but you're kind of blocking with the shield in your newfound rage. Amelia, you pull them to the ground, and like one of their wings just like snaps off, and they just like howl in pain below you. You now see the keys that you were told about drop to the ground at their feet. They don't have feet anymore. They have like a spiral thing going on down there. Drop down below them.
Foot?
Like a trunk.
They're looking extremely hurt.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? Has everybody acted since Lucian blinked away?
I don't think Penny has.
I still haven't acted. I
Perfect.
think.
Yeah, you may act, and then Lucian, you're going to blink in straight after that.
Cool. I'm gonna have a bit of fun. I would like to stand up on the balcony, take out my short bow, and try to shoot into where the face is cracked. And I also have an ability, Whims of Chance.
Oh, I love this ability so much.
On a 1, it's critical fail. On a 2, it's a critical
I was going to
pass.
say that shooting your bow with your extraplanar vision is going to be dangerous against them, because it's already risky, but it increases the difficulty 1 more size because of your extraplanar vision. However, Whims of Chance says, I don't care about that. I'm rolling a d2. So I'm going to say, roll me a d20, and odds is 1, evens is 2.
Odds are even, so we want...
You want even.
You want even.
You want even. Okay.
I want odds.
That is a 14.
Amazing.
And I believe I'm pretty bad at maths, but I think that's an even number.
What is your bonus dice size?
The bow is normally a d6.
D6. Roll me a d8 and inflict your stress. Let's go.
Days and thems. Good night. 6.
6. That is just over what you needed. You needed a 5 or greater to hit this on that damage, because they have quite a lot of resistance or protection. As you draw your bow and you say your little line, theys and thems, good night, and you sling the bow, your vision kind of focuses into one, and you're used to things being games of chance. You're used to taking a chance, and you hear the whispers in the back of your mind of your love telling you to take a chance for her. And that chance succeeds, and your arrow flies through as you hear a little kiss from your bow as the arrow hits Mix Mosby right in the middle of their face, and their whole form explodes into the back of the foyer. The whole foyer warps back into how it used to be. The domains are now Haven and Alien, and you're just in a hotel. There's keys on the floor. Lucian, you wink back into existence.
Yeah, they come back and they see it's already changed back, and they're gonna kind of missed all the fun of that. But is there anything left of Mix Mosby?
There are shards, and they kind of broke into like squirming tentacles and like shards of like marble.
Is anything still moving?
Their body is kind of still like it's mostly like their head and neck and like décolletage that has been exploded. The rest is kind of slumped on the ground, and their wings are there. Nothing is really moving anymore.
Okay.
Until you look a little closer, and the tentacles kind of like animate a little bit and start to like crawl on top of the body, and the body begins to melt.
Yeah, just in case, they're going to step up, treading purposely on several pieces of them. And I would like to use my Scourge core ability, which was I may cause the light to burst free from my body, and everyone nearby takes stress, or d6 body stress.
Yeah, I'm assuming you stand in the middle of this wreckage of this form and you try to burn it with your light. Absolutely, roll me a d6 and we'll see how much you burn away.
Yep. 5, and I also will take 2 then.
Okay, so you take 2 body stress, is it?
Yep, I'll take 1 though because I have protection, but yes.
Perfect.
So
I'm
they
going to
will
roll.
take 5.
How much body stress do you have? You have 1 now total, right?
Yes.
Would you believe I rolled a 3? So you're safe. I love getting people a little nervous before that. You all watch St. Lucian, especially you now, Sir Casimir, as you see your charge wink back into existence. And St. Lucian just kind of steps onto the body of this creature and just says, just kind of like with a look that kind of says, I'm done with this disgusting creature. This bright flame bursts this creature. Some of the tentacles survive and wriggle their way into the ground, but the body is destroyed. The keys are left on the ground. And people around you begin to work in this hotel as normal. Bellhops, etc., just begin to work in this hotel as normal. What do we do? Do we try to leave?
Picking up those keys.
Pick up those keys.
Yeah.
As
worn out our welcome.
As you're about to leave, one of them kind of comes up to you, St. Lucian, and just kind of says, "That power, that was really something. Like, what? Who are you? Are you some sort of godly being?"
No, I'm not a god, but you should seek out the children of the light, and that same power will protect you as well. And they're gonna put their hands on this person, like take their hand, and they'll leave the prayer beads with them.
Oh, perfect. This person takes the prayer beads and says, "I can't leave. I still don't know how, but we'll remember you here at least. We'll talk about you here in the halls." And then they kind of scatter off, and you all hear a voice in the back of your mind just say, "That fool was wrong to send you to me. We rebuke you. Get out of my hotel before I have time to come back. I respect what you did here. Good. Perhaps you could be useful to me. In any respect, I am exhausted. I must rebuild. Leave." And the key glows, as if to say, it is now very much usable to leave the hotel. Do we leave?
That's good. Here.
That's good, Dad.
Did that just make anyone else want to stay a little bit, though?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, just me. Okay.
Lucian,
Casimir will
you
loop
started
an arm
this
over your
weird
shoulder
chapter.
and just guide you.
You do that.
Absolutely
Door.
not.
Gently but firmly.
You started a
I
small
don't think
little
I'm ever
chapter.
going to hope.
You all leave the hotel, and that is where we are going to leave our game. Congratulations, honored guests, or should I say dishonorably discharged guests, you bastards. Congratulations, you were absolutely stunning and wonderful. Thank you everybody for coming to watch. I'm going to do a few little acknowledgements now, and we're going to go through the people who are here and kind of give them a little space to talk about themselves, but I do a couple of acknowledgements first and foremost to talk to you guys. Number one, players. You guys were phenomenal. You folks were fantastic. I had so much fun playing with you. Watching your excitement from even our session zeros to now has been a dream as a DM. You're just such a wonderful group. It's been so lovely to watch you folks play, and you smashed it. I'd love to thank everybody over at D8 Dungeon, Declan, Amber, for doing so much work on this. Like, the two of you have done incredible work. Thank you so much. Justina, our stream producer, you're a saint. You're so cool, and you did such great work putting this together for us and keeping me up to date on all my little donations and everything. I'd also like to thank Grant Howitt and Christopher Taylor and Rowan Rook and Deckard for creating the resistance system, the system that this game is built on. This game comes out tomorrow. I'm going to post a little prompt in chat that is going to tell you where you can find that game and play this game for yourself. It's amazing. It has some of the most interesting, I've seen in an RPG. It's so chat, you were all so freaking funny with your little jokes about my game, and your donations were just wonderful. Thank you so much for donating. Huge thanks to Trans Lifeline for coming in the middle of stream and answering questions. Like, that's so cool. I am so glad that we did this for you, and we raised like €1,400 or dollars for you or something. So like, I just thank you so much. And yeah, that's it. That's everything. Oh, all the groups of people that donated stuff. Grant Howitt for donating heart. Dungeon. My brain is like going a little bit, but the group that donated the queer group that donated the thing. My brain is like firing on all cylinders now, and I'm trying to remember what they're called. Dungeon Delver. Thank you so much. Thank you for donating, and I hope I hope somebody cool wins. Yeah. Now, players. Would you like to talk about yourselves and what you do and where we can find you? We'll start with Leo. Do you want to go, or do you want to talk about you?
Sure. I do, like I said before, I do art commissions, a lot of RPG characters, but I'll pretty much draw anything. If you want to see my art, I have Ko-Fi with examples. I also have a Tumblr. Both my username on both is Void Nerd, all one word. I do have an art Twitter, whatever it's called now, don't care. But and that one is Void X Art, all one word also. But yeah, otherwise I'm around. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me play. It was so much fun. Everyone was awesome.
Thank you so much, Leo. Grim.
Hey, I'm Grim. I
you're
run Ireland's. It's it works. My parents were actually reverse hippies. My brothers are death and despair. It's a family name.
Reverse hippies.
But I run Ireland's longest running and only freak show. And if you want to find me out in the wild, I'm pretty underground in that I'm shit at social media. But I will be at Electric Picnic up at the Electric Sideshow. So if you want to see some cool stuff in real life and meet like the character that Penny was based on, then pop by, say hi.
Amazing. Haley. Also, I'd like to mention congratulations, Haley, for being one of the winners of one of the giveaways. Slay, that's so nice.
Woo!
Awesome.
And also, Lapin Hero, congratulations for your success in winning as well. Go for it, Haley.
Yeah, well, woo to me. Anyways, hi, yes. Hey, howdy, hi. I am Haley. It's spelled really weird. You can find me at Haley Ann on Twitter, Instagram, all those fun things. But what's it called? Yeah, I am a cast member of Another Bad Side Quest. You can find us at Another BS Quest.
Ooh, love that.
On Twitter. I know, it's really silly.
I love silly. Clearly,
yeah,
have you seen this game? Like, have you seen what I did with this game?
I know, I adore it. Genuinely, and thank you so much for running this. This has been an absolute blast. You guys are fantastic. Had a lot of fun. So happy and proud to be a part of raising money for this. So, yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. And last but not least, Loira, where can we find you? What do you do? Who are you?
Hey, I'm Loira. I mostly write TTRPG reviews over on the Cozy Cauldron, which is cozycauldron.wordpress.com. You can find me on most social media as Miss Winford, MS_Winford. I actually have a release to talk about, which is weird. It's a first for me. But there is a design coming out at the end of August with Girls Write These Worlds, and I'm a contributor to that. So keep an eye out. It's really cool. Everything I've seen from the other people has been incredible. The art that's done for mine and someone else's parts is the only one I've seen, but it's beautiful. And yeah, keep an eye out. Girls Write These Worlds, end of August. The theme is routines, and I think it's something really special, as was this table.
Aw.
Absolutely incredible experience. So glad to have shared it with you all.
I'm assuming Girls Write These Worlds are like the same group as Girls Run These Worlds. Is that the same? They're a fantastic group. That's wonderful to see.
Yes.
They're so cool. And yeah, I guess all there's left to say is thank you, everybody, for watching me do this weird, silly game. And thank you, Gray, for creating this and letting me preview your game, because it comes out tomorrow, folks. It's in pre-release at the moment. Also, if you want to hang out and watch and like talk to more people who are into like TTRPG stuff and all that kind of stuff, we have a Discord channel at D8 Dungeon. You can find all of the details and stuff on our Twitter, or on the Twitter over at D8 Dungeon. It's also on Blue Sky as well. And for me, I guess you can find me at the Real Baron Zaya. Drop the H. It's a hard one to spell, but I'm in chat somewhere. That's me on Twitter. I'm also Dahi C Design at on Blue Sky and on Instagram. And that lovely little logo you see in the bottom right hand corner, the D8 Dungeon one, that is a creation of yours truly. And this setup, this lovely setup that you're seeing, the lovely frames and all the stuff, again, was designed by moi. So if you want to see more of my work or work with me, I work in the TTRPG and like nerd space. I've done some work with a lot of groups like that. So if any great groups are out there in need of branding, hit me up. I need work. No, kidding. Send me a DM on Twitter or message me on Blue Sky, or my email is dahicdesign@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much. You are all class, and yeah, that's it. Thank you. I guess we're out. We're gonna peace out.
Wow.
I did